Jeremiah over at Pot TV Studios in Vancouver. Turn up the mics. Thanks.
Well,
And,
I already did kind of max them out here just half a second ago.
well, 7:17 ago, I got a message that said, turn up the mics. I expect to hear Alan's booming, lovely voice.
I do too. His intros are amazing now.
Turn music down, Brady.
Check, check, check.
Appreciate Vancouver studio producer Jeremiah Vandermeer for getting our tech out today.
Thank you very much, Jeremiah, for the error check, too.
And associate producer Sean Brady for stepping in this week.
Oh, I've moved up to associate.
That's a good job title for you.
I got a promotion. Do I get a raise?
Yeah.
Yeah, an extra dab a night.
Anyway, we'll give him a dab. You can come up.
Sounds
and do
about right.
it. About right.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
You got 30 seconds here, Mernahuana.
I got 7:20.
Almost there. We got dab for to take at 7:20 or 4:20 somewhere in the world.
The time now is 4:20 in Vancouver, and that means it's time for the Mernahuana Zone. This week on the show at 8:20, we have the Crop King Seeds 420 Bud Swap. And at 9:20, we have The Wait is Right, brought to you by Bud Buddy Got Biz and Who Cares Get Dope. It's going to be a great show. Matt and Drew have a great show.
That was fantastic, Alan. Good music choice for the show.
I like that. That's a great intro song.
Yeah.
Got me excited.
I'm like all tingly.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's get the show underway. Merry Christmas from our sponsor, Herbal Dispatch. This is Jesus and Santa. Jesus and Santa. Sharing a spliff. That's right, Jesus and Santa's.
You know, looking at those drawings after we talked to her on the phone the other day, it really makes me appreciate them a whole lot more.
I know. Not when we talked to her a couple weeks back.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, as the Jesus? Is that what you're looking at?
You don't look like Jesus.
I don't think I look like that Jesus.
You don't look like that Jesus.
Yeah, maybe if I forego the haircut for a couple more months.
Yeah, you got to get that. This took me a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm quickly on my way there. I haven't had hair this long in a long time. Like, I'm talking probably like 2 decades.
What?
Yeah, well, I worked at a professional job for so long, and then I gave myself the fun mohawk for a while, and then I went with a buzz cut for the last year, so... Shit, it's getting long.
That's not long at all, man.
It's getting long.
Even at my best court appearance days, I never had hair that short. Even my best court appearance days, I was not having hair that short.
Your your look was close to this level.
That was pretty close, but it was more conservative.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, TMZ, courtesy of our friends at herbaldispatch.com. That's herbaldispatch.com. Yes, this is really happening. And, you know, you can just go online there at herbaldispatch.com and buy Beard Brothers concentrates.
Beard Brothers concentrates, Horatios, Delbert concentrates. Bunch of other great stuff there, too.
They also have sample packs for their indicas and their sativa line, so you can just buy a sample pack to test out.
And their CO2 oils, too. Because you look at this, and it's like, as a consumer that's not used to smoking, like, CO2 oils or different solvents, or even BHO, if you're new to it, it gets sort of overwhelming when you look at the menu, and you're like, geez, what should I order?
Dude, herbaldispatch.com menu even overwhelms me. I'm not kidding you.
No, yeah.
I look at herbaldispatch.com's menu, and I'm like, whoa. Like, can you imagine being stoned, going on the website, herbaldispatch.com, and then, like, trying to place an order?
Yeah, that's why I would just go, you know what? Sample pack 1, sample pack 2, let's go.
Excellent. That's herbaldispatch.com. And thanks for sponsoring the show tonight, guys. And we have a Christmas party coming up that they've agreed to sponsor, too, and set up a dab station for us. Yeah. So you just got to remember when that Christmas party is, and I'll send them the details tomorrow, and they're going to send us, Alan and the guys are really happy. We're going to set up a dab station, and I'm going to give you guys all dabs all night for Christmas.
Just a technical note, Mernagh, I wanted to throw to the chat. I am monitoring it, but I can't really reply because I'm just watching it in the studio. I'm having problems with the chat on my local, so I'm just kind of watching it on the feed. I'm monitoring it. I'm just not commenting. So,
No.
yeah.
Try not to comment. And don't feed the trolls. That's the most important thing. Don't feed the trolls. No, it's, nobody likes trolls.
No.
There's hate.
Unless it's me trolling my fans on my webpage, posting gifs of somebody with a bow and arrow about to burst a bunch of balloons, just trying to trick them. But, that's a little bit harmless.
So, yeah, don't, just have some fun tonight and do our thing. Have a good show. So, Brady, you got the show notes, too, so 7:25, and I was
Yeah,
just about to do the critical mass wax dab.
Okay, yes, I've got show notes. I'm amazed I got this far. What do you want to go with, buddy?
Well, we're going to go with Ottawa Grant's commercial producer first license to sell cannabis oil.
We're going to start with the first one?
Well, yeah, we start with the first, work our way down.
Wow.
Generally the way things work. It's not rocket surgery over there. It's pretty simple. You just as I go down in my notes, I call stuff up. It's pretty simple back there. Not rocket surgery. I like the one, and it's not rocket science people use. I use the word it's not rocket surgery.
Rocket surgery.
Rocket surgery.
Oh.
Because you combine, it's not rocket science, or it's not like heart surgery, like you make something complex. Instead, you just combine the two. It's not rocket surgery. So you're not doing rocket surgery back there, Brady. Master Rola's got it. Do you got it?
I got it here.
No.
I'm looking at this, looking over this, and down on here. So Peace Naturals is the first one there that are allowed to sell it, and there's about 14 or 15 other ones that are in line to get the license.
That's true. Oh, that's a good window there. Yeah, that's very true. Fuckery. You don't know what? Did you just see? I just wasted wax.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, party foul.
That's because it was
Found it.
precariously balanced on the dabber.
And because the staff keep the stage clean, I'm prepared to use the 5-second dab rule.
Of course.
So we're going to do bud swap at 8:20. That's the Crop King Seeds 420 bud swap. And so Ottawa has given a commercial medical marijuana producer the first license to sell cannabis oils through the federally regulated mail order system, 6 months after a Supreme Court ruling forced Health Canada to allow access to edible forms of the drug. Yeah. 6 months later, after the Smith ruling.
Yeah, we finally get sort of the first license producing results on it.
I'm very happy to report that it is Peace Naturals who immediately upon the Smith ruling, I emailed Mark Gaboudi and demanded he sell me extracts. Like immediately. He's like, so what do you think? I'm like, you better sell me extracts today. I'm going to come up there and maybe make some bubble hash for you guys. We're going to sell some extracts. He's like, well, it's not that quick yet.
Not that easy.
They sent in their lawyer, Alan Young, and things got done. And also, Peace Naturals has been very gracious. So I just put it out there, make sure people know that they do supply me with my medical marijuana prescription of 150 grams a month. They don't even say I have to talk about them. So it's just because, and you can read the email. It's the nicest email. It's for all my hard work and advocacy work. So it has nothing to do with their efforts. But they are the first. It's kind of cool to be associated with the guys who put out got the first license, right?
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah. So, what do you think of this? You had some thoughts that were, because you have some good opinion.
Well, I mean, with the way that I've sort of understood the way that the licensed producers are allowed to sell their oils is basically they're allowed 30 milliliters per milligram of extract. So that's a very low percentage. And I was curious what the prices of the oils from the dispensary would be, because it's such a low percentage and a low such a low percentage and such a low millimeter being offered, how are you going to be able to consume this edible or this oil? Can you cook with it? How much is it going to cost to ingest it as opposed to the cost that making it yourself does? Because right now, you can get great extracts on the black market for a good
The underground
cost.
market, I prefer the word. Underground market.
Yes.
The other issue they need to consider is the cost of shipping. Because if you're looking at a liquid oil in a glass bottle or however they're bottling that oil, is the exponential cost of shipping. A couple of grams of cannabis is one thing, but when you start looking at a glass bottle full of liquid, the shipping cost on that, if it's put onto the patient, is going to be quite astronomical as well.
Well, they're looking at selling 30 milliliter bottles for between $125 for $240. Now, whether those regulations for 30 milliliters per milligram or 3 milliliters per milligram is in effect for this, I'm not too sure. It's not clear, but we'll see what it's like.
We're gonna work on, once we get our Skype reactivated with associate producer Sean Brady. Once we get it up and running, maybe even Google Hangout. Do you want to do Google Hangouts? But not this week. We're not. Once we get the technology back up and running.
Yeah, we'll do something. We're going to fill it in with something. I just haven't decided yet.
So once we get the technology back, we've lost a lot of technology. So once we get the technology back to bring our guests back in, we're going to do that. But at the moment, we can't bring you guys the greatness that you've expected and come to expect over the weeks and months and years of the show, where we brought some great guests in from all over via Skype. For the next couple weeks, we're gonna figure out what to do.
I think it's pretty impressive that we're up and going today, man. Less than 24 hours, we got all new tech.
Well, so we're proud. So and so once we get our technology to let our fingers do the walking and talking, we're back and rolling. And I would expect maybe even by next week, Sean will be ready to do, because you know what? I hate to break it. I want you to, this might motivate you. We have sports handicapper Steve Stevenson on the webcast, booked for the last 4 weeks to come on from Las Vegas. He does sports handicapping while smoking pot. And he's been wanting to come on the show, and we've been trying to set it up for his schedule. So usually I don't tell people guests in advance, and this week we've had to cancel some. Next week, sports handicapper Steve Stevenson.
Well, with the way technology is today, and knowing Sean, I have my faith. I'm going to put faith in him that we'll figure something out.
Definitely. Also next week, my friend the Wellness Soldier will come in. So this week, my great friend Masterola has stepped up and has agreed to step into the show and fill in for our own lovely Lisa Campbell, who will be back soon. Let's see. Let's go back into this story.
Yeah.
I did a dab.
So some of the important things to consider when you're looking at the oils from a licensed producer is, well, you're getting something that's made through a long series of regulations, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
As opposed to, in the article that we're reading here, that was thrown up on the screen earlier, even from the underground market, when you're getting oils made for you, it's sort of a precarious place to be, because it's very easy to make bad oil with good product. So you need to know who you're getting it from, and you have to trust them. And the cost of this, the oil maker that they're interviewing, is he charges between $75 and $400 to produce a run of oil for somebody, and then it's an additional up to $150 to get that tested to make sure it's of medical grade. Whereas the licensed producers are going through all of this and making sure that you're getting a product.
Compliancy is pretty tough. Compliancy for Health Canada is a big cost. And the Conservative government came up with way too many rules, had placed the bar way too high for mom and pop growers to get into. They've just made it overly burdensome. They made it almost that people don't want to work in the industry and be involved in it. I'm anticipating the Liberal government will make it much better.
Well, definitely with their calls for legalization, but we've seen an increase in the number of arrests, so I'm curious to see where we're going to even go with the Liberal government this year.
Yeah, I'm also curious. I mean, the Liberal government is, man, the speech from the throne, that was epic.
Yeah.
That's important. People don't know. Remember on the show, and I said, oh, yeah, those Liberals, I won't believe shit until they say from the speech from the throne they're going to legalize marijuana. Okay, the Liberals are going to legalize marijuana.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The Liberals are going to legalize pot. The Governor General of this country, the mouthpiece of the government, stood in front of Parliament and said, Canada is going to legalize marijuana.
Right.
We are the only G20 country that will be legalizing marijuana at the federal level. Fuck you, America.
Yeah.
Colorado, suck my dick.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Colorado. Oh, you got it, Brady. Click on that. Oh, yeah, they like to say restricts access to pot. They always say worrisome.
Yeah.
The government of Canada will restrict access to marijuana by legalizing.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
do you
we'll
think?
see where that goes, but I'm hopeful that we'll have easier access in our home gardens.
Well, home gardens is important.
That's one of the number one, because if we can have home gardens, we can have everyone can hold a quantity in theory, right? And that
Right.
is where we want it to be.
Well, that's what what people talk to me about on the MMPR. We wouldn't be in the situation we are in with Allard, and they just gave us home grow. I would walked away. Well, this is the program and home growing? Okay, I'm done. Got everything I want. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I could have retired on that. Now I've gotten even bigger promises to me from the government. Okay, now we're going to legalize marijuana. Can you stop suing us and getting arrested and using charter challenges against us that are really technical and take a lot of time?
And make us look stupid.
Make us look stupid.
Well, I'm sitting there with the Owen Smith trial, watching the Crown Attorney try to defend his position, and I'm just thinking, this doesn't make any sense. In fact, one of the Supreme Court justices told him what he was saying didn't make any sense. So, yeah, makes them look stupid when they're trying to defend the case.
And these are like, people don't understand, these are like regular Crown attorneys that are also responsible for prosecuting criminals of the other caliber. Like, man, no wonder why you want people to plead out.
Well, you have to almost think, did this Crown Attorney actually believe what he was saying? Did he know how ridiculous what he was trying to defend, and he's just trying to do his job? Or what? Like, is he actually like deluded enough to think that he was doing an actual good service?
I've had the joy of meeting one for every day for 3 weeks. And, you know, at the beginning, you could tell the guy just didn't want to be there. Like, and he was really thought I was, like, going to wear a weird outfit and a megaphone to court. And then, like, over the period of 3 weeks, Paul Lewin started chatting with him. And then, you know, by the end of it, he was asking me how I was doing health-wise. Like, the charade was over. So much at the Court of Appeal, he asked me how I was doing health-wise in the between recess. So, I mean, yeah, like, I don't think they really believed it. Worse, it's like, man, like, this smart guy, or like, this guy I shouldn't be prosecuting him. He's smart.
Yeah.
And I got to use, like, all my trickery on him.
Yeah.
I got a video of the throne speech here, buddy.
Yeah, that was good. I was going to, you had it up there. I thought you were going to play it, and then I got sidetracked. What if I sidetracked like
well,
that?
the one that you had here was different, but I think this is a quick one of it.
Canada is fundamentally a safe and peaceful country. The government will continue to work to keep all Canadians safe, while at the same time protecting our cherished rights and freedoms. To that end, the government will introduce legislation that will provide greater support for survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault, that will get handguns and assault weapons off our streets, and that will legalize, regulate, and restrict access to marijuana.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! That old dude just said he's going to legalize pot. The Governor General is responsible for the Queen's duties, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
good.
He's the official. So just imagine the Queen saying, "We are going to legalize marijuana." No.
Did you think they would drop the ball that early on the throne speech? Like, did you expect that out of the throne speech this quick?
Okay, let's go back to my previous statements of I will not believe the Liberals are going to legalize marijuana until I hear it in the throne speech. Well, what?
There you have it.
There you have it, dude. They're doing it
So what kind of timeline do you think this puts them on?
within a year.
Within a year? Two-tier?
Dude, wait for it. I mean, a throne speech is only so fresh. There's usually, you know, it's designed to set the pace of government over a period of time. No, so that's their roadmap through, I would say, you know, the roadmap for the speech from the throne is probably good for the next, 2 years, really. But I think within the year, like they will do it. I mean, they have said some great things. It's unbelievable. I'm just shocked. Liberals want to smoke a lot of weed.
Well, they've been saying it Trudeau's been saying it for a long time. So.
Like 4 years.
And I remember thinking back almost a year ago when Mark was let out of jail. And he was up on the stage here saying, if everyone puts their votes in it, we have to make him do this. And we got him up there, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Like, we are we're closer than ever to legalizing marijuana. And I feel good about that. I look forward, as I said, I look forward to branding my own marijuana that people can buy. Everybody talks about, I want to be a dispensary. I better be I'm like, I want to see my weed on your shelves.
Yeah. And if the testing comes down, and everyone can be happy, because that's one area I do think should happen for medical dispensaries, is have their product being tested to know what they're selling.
Right. So, you know what? We'll go into our next story, increase in marijuana vaping, a concern for police. But you know what? I was walking by Queen's Park, and before we get to that, walking by Queen's Park on Saturday. I'm not kidding you. They had an e-cigarette smoke in. I'm not kidding. They had a vape in. They had an e-cigarette vape in down at Queen's Park. It was crazy. It was like a cloud of sickly, stinky e-vape stink. Like, it was like, you know how you have like like our smokeouts? They had like 3,000 e-vapors on the front lawn of Queen's Park there. Like, I was like walking, I'm like, is there a smokeout going on today that no one told me about?
They'd send up one hell of a cloud, too, I imagine.
At what time, Brady, do e-vapors send up one hell of a cloud? Can you tell me?
Well, you've seen me use mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Cloud chasers.
I can make you disappear, basically, in one puff. Like, yeah, a bit of a fog machine. So I imagine a few thousand people with those things. I'm surprised you could actually see people.
Yeah.
But they now allow us to vape our medicine indoors.
Yeah, that's what they were pissed about, right? They were so pissed we won that exemption starting January 1st. That means you can open a vape fold, which I think would be a cool idea, a vape fold. Do you do your laundry frequently?
I have a laundry machine in my house.
Son of a bitch. I think a lot of stoners live in facilities where they don't have laundry facilities.
We need a hairstylist. I enjoy medicating while I get my hair done.
And with a pen
So
like this,
I'm looking forward, the scalp massage,
Like
and
the
vaping
stoner
at the same
salon.
time. Yeah.
with
For
a pen,
medical marijuana people, a stoner salon.
but with a pen that's like this, you can vape indoors and still be respectful of people around you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these pens are what's called low-density vapor, which means that it dissipates extremely quickly, so you're not going to get the same cloud forming that you get with some of the e-cigs, which is what some people are afraid of if you're smoking indoors, because they're like, wow, you're going to fill my whole store with this vapor. But with these pens, it goes away extremely quickly, and it's very, very discreet.
No. So I'm looking forward to January 1st when we're legal. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's actually weird to We're exempt from the cigarette smoke-free Ontario Act.
No. As long as you're respectful of the premises that you're smoking on and people around you still.
So amazing. That means you can go to a landlord, and the landlord's like, you want to open a what? And you just go, right here in the Ontario Smoke-Free Act, man. I can do this. And any landlord would be like, okay, I'll release you the place then.
Yeah.
But we've always been exempt, medical marijuana users.
We've never been acknowledged.
Well, we've never been acknowledged, but we've always, because the
just
Ontario
maintaining
Smoke-Free Act, because it said tobacco, that kind of gave us the freedom to go, well, it says tobacco.
But in the new act, it didn't.
In the new act, it didn't. Now the change, yeah, like this is, the thing is it's kind of funny when the way that the news reported it was like, oh, they're going to be exempt. I'm like, well, we already kind of were because of the way that it was worded the first time.
That's right.
Now we just have it on paper. So, yeah, you can go to a landlord and goes, no, see, it's legal, which is awesome.
Vape and fold. Ricky, you want to start a vape and fold with me? I got a laundromat I already picked out in Forest Hill. I'm serious, man. It's for lease. How often do you see a laundromat for fucking lease? Right? Think about it. Who buys a laundromat business and then, you know what would be good? If I just leased it. I just lease it. Do you lease this laundromat by the week?
Yeah, by the week. That's almost as suspect as renting a hotel room by the hour.
Yes, that's what I mean. So I don't know. What do you think? Vape and fold. I put in volcano vaporizers. You got the laundry facilities.
You wouldn't even hear the volcanoes going.
Yeah.
You know, the quiet hum of the volcano would just sort of drown out in with the machines.
How about fluff and puff?
Right.
Yeah.
Puff.
Fluff and puff.
No, it'd be even more genius, though, if somehow you could feed $5 into the volcano in like loonies and toonies, and you pushed it in and it turned on.
That doesn't address product, though.
Listen, man, I figure you were going to bring your own product to the Vaping Pool. It's
All right.
BYOB.
Yeah.
Go to a weeds location.
Yeah. Well, then you'll just rent out the bags.
Yeah. We can rent out bags.
Or you can be baller like VC and just collect IDs.
Yeah. Well,
It's nice of VC to offer them.
Well. Yeah, so I think Vaping Fold. People would go to a Vaping Fold because you got to do your laundry like at least once a week. People do their laundry once a week, maybe every 2 weeks if you're a guy.
Well, that's why I have 20 pairs of underwears and 20 pairs of socks, Matt.
It's true. Everybody, all the dudes are like, I don't know about this Vaping Fold idea, Matt. Listen, people would go to a Vaping Fold. You know, because there'd be other people doing laundry.
What you'll need to do, though, is make 1 or 2 machines dedicated to making hash.
Oh, you can just rent that one out by the hour for hash making.
There you go.
Honestly, officer, we're only a BYO bud. So a couple guys bring in some black some people bring garbage bags to the laundromat and throw laundry in there.
I don't question what they're washing.
Yeah, I don't question what they're washing. We have a no questions asked washing policy.
2 machines only because
No rugs allowed.
No rugs allowed.
That would, yeah, well.
We'd ask questions about rugs.
We would. No, right. So let's take a look. Increased marijuana vaping a concern for police in Montgomery County. And usually I don't cover these things, but this one's funny. Electronic cigarettes are popular among smokers for a number of reasons, but now they're getting interest from people who may never have used nicotine. Pot users have discovered e-cigarettes. I guess they're talking about e-vaporizers.
It didn't take long before people figured out, hey, if I can smoke liquid nicotine, I can smoke liquid marijuana in these things.
Liquid marijuana. Says Montgomery County Police Captain Tom Didon. And he says that's what exactly his officers are finding. You want to take over from this? So the concern from police is that when processed for use in e-cigarettes, the distinctive odor of marijuana is reduced.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Cops don't like reduced odor. Okay, there's a reason right there. To use e-cig stuff is
They can't illegally search your car anymore. Damn it.
we don't smell the weed. Why don't you smell like weed, you hippie?
Oh, it actually goes on to say it actually becomes hard to detect during traffic stops.
Yeah, it makes it harder to detect during traffic stop. He even comes right out and says, he's like, listen, fucking people in their liquid marijuana, making it difficult to find them during traffic stops. Okay, so when you use, when you're transporting 100 pounds or something, don't think of smoking that joint. Use your e-cig thing, your e-vape, with your liquid marijuana in it. Oh yeah, you're dying from the. You want me to keep going? Once I read them once, I'm pretty good. You're dying of laughter over there. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh, Matt, finish this article. It is great.
All right, I'm gonna finish this one up. And it really hits on drug driving because they don't realize they're stoned as fast, says D-Don. Another way marijuana is processed turns into a sticky, waxy substance, which is sometimes. Oh God, we're gonna get to this line. This line is the best, Ricky. Wait for it. Another way marijuana is processed is turns it into a sticky, waxy substance, which is sometimes stored in tiny cosmetic canisters used by lip balm manufacturers. Oh, there's a quote, though. Somebody is, yeah, watch for the quote, though, bro. If your son or daughter suddenly shows an interest in lip balm when they didn't before, you might want to check that out, Iodine says.
That's it.
Yeah, if your kids all of a sudden got 5 canisters of lip balm in the house, you got addictive issues.
You might want to look for the torch first.
Look for the...
It might be a little bit more indicative of the dabber. The torch and the oil rig sitting on the counter.
Honest, Mom, it's for my it's for my my cooking course. I'm learning how to make creme brulee.
Yes.
I like it's for my cooking class.
Yeah.
Serious.
So the guy says that decriminalization of marijuana means more people will likely use it, and police worry that could be more drug drivers on the road.
I don't understand where this more people will likely use it. I don't know.
I think the statement is somewhat accurate. I think it would be more people will use it responsibly.
No.
Because that's sort of been the way that it's shown to be in the past with most substances, is when you sort of drop the laws and make it legal, people start to use it more in responsible settings. And if you give them safe settings like Vapor Central that are readily available, it's a lot. It will reduce the risk of people.
It goes back to making sure we have more vapor lounges.
Yeah.
Like Vaping Fold. What about bowling? Bowling be a great vapor place too, eh?
Bowling?
Bowling.
Yeah, because there's also that downtime, enough time to fill a bag, suck it back before you have to go back up.
Or do a dab. Or like, what about those places where they play them board games and stuff? They could have vapor there. They could do vaporizing. You could do vaporizing Dungeons and Dragons night.
Magic the Gathering.
Marijuana and Magic the Gathering. Yeah.
Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff Pokemon night.
Ooh.
How many people would play? I think people would come to that party. Puff Pokemon night.
I have an admission. I've actually never ever played Pokemon. Like never even looked at the game.
You've never played Pokemon?
No. So when people say and talk about Pokemon, I know of the guy Ash, the ball, and the Pikachu. But that's what I know of Pokemon. And I think they gave people seizures in like Japan at some point.
No, video games. Well, yeah, I have. I have the marijuana. You played the marijuana card game though that we had.
Jeez, I actually found my pack just the other day.
We got to get
It's
a
on
game
my
going
counter.
again.
Yeah.
We got to get game night going again.
Does he have an updated pack yet for us?
He hasn't updated any packs. We got to play more.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Play Maritopian Light. Nothing like marijuana and game night makes your night go good. Marijuana game night. Well, I see Alan is out and about. Alan's up here. Great job, Alan. You want to do the critical mass dab?
Hell yeah.
That
Alright.
is some tasty stuff right there.
There you go, man. Try that tasty stuff. Dude, we saw him practicing. He knew the theme song, and he was practicing his words. It was amazing. I looked at you, right? And I'm like, look at Alan over there practicing his enunciation. He was like enunciating very well. You knew exactly what you were doing. You've gotten that pro, that as long as the microphone's in front of you, you can run with it. No, you've gotten good, man. Oh, that's not nice. Alan's got like a wrestler back. But don't get shots of him doing that part.
There you go. Got
There
the
you
rig
go,
on
and
the
do it into this camera. Oh, that camera, Brady, that camera.
Yeah.
Associate producer. Oh!
Next week, I might have something special from our electric to bring up out on the stage.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a new toy from them.
You know, like you guys gave me one, the Earl Electric, Dave. And let me say, it's got that, because you guys thought I would, he's like, oh, you're going to really love the bud part.
Yeah.
I've never put bud in it once. I just dab it straight. I got to be honest with you.
Well, you know, that was one of the benefits of the whole system, that you have the option to do either or.
But best, I finally have a great use for my Stoner Girls Guide Man of the Year bong.
Yeah.
That I have the joint in it. I rip out of that.
Yeah.
I like it better than you know, all this recycler and straight big beaker bong.
I don't have the lungs for that. I just cannot hit anything. That's why I like the recyclers. There's so little airspace to drag out of, whereas with the big bongs, I just I'm dead after I light my bowl.
Mernagh,
No.
Starleaf director Rich Craner had popped into the chat asking if we were still have him on today.
I was unable. I haven't messaged him. It's unfortunate. Our technology to have you on, and I've been so busy.
He's watching now. Apologies, Rich.
Yes, serious apologies. We've had some serious network issues over the last with our computers, so we haven't been. We didn't even know if we were going live. Geez, up until a few hours ago tonight. But we were confident we were going to. We were very confident we were going to be able to bring a show to you tonight. It just takes a lot of work to replace a few things. And again, the Starleaf director, I apologize. We're going to have you back, please, when you come back on the show when our technology can handle you. And we'll book you in. Speaking of which, also, he's Geek Chic Elite reviewed it, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
So I read a review on Geek Chic Elite and some other websites, so I was looking forward to that. And just in the rush to try and get the show, because we didn't know if we were ready to go. Usually I do the show starting, over the weekend.
Right.
I begin planning about Thursday or Friday, and we have a good package for you guys. And, yeah. We didn't start really getting it together until late, we're like, Sean was ready. And
I think this afternoon is when we knew we were going on officially, right?
yeah, officially this afternoon we were ready to go.
Yeah. Well,
By about, 2 o'clock today we were like, yep. And we're welcome, and we're happy to be here.
the show goes on.
The show goes on. Of course the show goes on, and always shows go on. And I'm surprised people thought the show wouldn't go on. And
Yeah, you took 1 week break, as far as I know, since you started the show, and that was for the renovations.
Yep. So the show always goes on, right, Alan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, show always goes on. And we've been here for a long time, and Baber Central's opened its doors, and we're here. So we got 20 minutes before Crop King Seeds 420 Bud Swap, because we're going to bring that tonight to you. Do you want to do that? Yeah, we can do 20 minutes on this for sure. Medical marijuana shopkeeper gets bail on latest charges. A man who runs a medical marijuana shop raided by police last week was granted bail in Halifax Provincial Court Monday. Chris Renz, 31 of East Chesterburg, was arrested Thursdays after police executed a search warrant at Pharmacist Cannabis Resource Center on Gottenham Street in Halifax. Enns and Frank Gerard Nelder, 35, of Halifax, are charged with trafficking marijuana and possession both marijuana and hashish for the purpose of trafficking. Harsh. Enns. That guy's awesome. Chris Enns. He's so amazing. Nelder was released from custody Friday on an undertaking, but Enns was held for a bail hearing because he has 2 other previous cannabis charges before the court. That's hard to get bail on a third time, I believe. You know, usually the second time you're before the court on, you know, you didn't agree to the first time you had bail. You broke those bail conditions. Now you're back here saying you want bail again. And by the second time, you're pretty fucked.
Yeah. But it's kind of incredible what the judge says about Enns
well, let's
in here.
we're just going to go on this. Enns was released on a $2,000 property. So, like, they're like, you got to put up $2,000 in property. And with one surety after agreeing to remain in Nova Scotia, have no contact with Nelder, and refrain from processing or consuming drugs without a legal prescription or legal authorization. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a good. Crown Attorney Jonathan Langlois Sebbins said this is the 3rd time Enns has been charged with committing drug offenses in the past 3 years. He's like, they still haven't got his first. He's before the court with 3 years now. It's amazing.
Yeah. But the judge said, unlike most traffickers, it is Enns is not in it for the money or to support his own habit, but because he believes there are medically valid reasons for people to be allowed to use marijuana.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I think that's really important for the judge to acknowledge that, which is why perhaps even after 3 charges, his bail was, in my opinion, pretty low.
Pretty damn low.
I mean, who doesn't have a friend that could figure that one out for them, I hope.
Dude, I got a used car from 1990 where it's got it in the book. You bring the book value of your Chrysler in. Yo, the book says it's only worth $1,900. It's not worth $2,000 in property. $2,000 in property.
Yeah.
I got a credit card, Your Honor. Alan, you got $2,000 in property?
I'd take off a ring and give it to them.
Boom.
That's how, Alan, you will be the next surety in my life if it comes to property. You need someone with property. Quick, call Alan.
How many rings do I need from you, Alan?
Alan's got me covered. That's too funny. Take off a ring and give it to them. That's our very own show announcer. That's Alan. But it gets better. Even you think, okay, so we just made a. Where was the quote? Oh yeah, here's the best quote ever. I would have broke out in tears in my bail hearing if the judge said this. Just picture Ricky going before a bail court judge.
Ricky, yes.
He urged Enns to only sell to people who are licensed to use marijuana medicinally. He urged. The judge granting you bail is like, please just sell pot to people who are licensed to have it medicinally. What the fuck? What did that judge smoke before going into that courtroom? Because he smoked some of Halifax's finest for sure that day. Wow. I'm in the MMPR, so I'd like to fly to Halifax so Enns could medically sell me pot in person. No, nothing wrong with retail marijuana, right?
Technically. If you ask the RCMP, they have a few other opinions on the idea.
Holy fuck, it's everywhere. The police are everywhere.
Yeah. Only the RCMP, it looks like, though.
Only RCMP, which means they got to call the dogs off at the federal level.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've been up and down the Sunshine Coast, man. All up and down the BC coast.
Harassing us left, right, and center.
Just harassing the fuck out of us. And I guess now on the East Coast, too. You know,
Halifax right there. Boom.
We're surrounded. Both ways. Both ways.
Yeah. I think it's because these smaller towns or these smaller areas that are further out of major cities don't have the major police forces, so the RCMP don't have to compete with a local police force to infringe on people's rights like this and jump in and make these raids.
Yeah, this is pretty ridiculous, these raids that's going on. It's really unfortunate, really,
Well, it's fairly clear that it's infringing his rights. Listen to what the judge has been saying, like these quotes that we've been mentioning about this judge. He's obviously acknowledging that Mr. Enns is helping people medically, and that these people need his help. And so it goes so far as to quote, a great deal of his time and energy are devoted to being able to ensure that people who have a medical need for marijuana have that need met, and that people are relying on him, and there is no perfect choice for you. You can't be all things to all people,
Yeah, that's a difficult thing to, But yeah, the judge is like, you want to go back with your constitutional charter challenge in front of that judge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this judge's name?
What's this judge's name?
I'm going to keep that in mind, and because this judge definitely seems even-headed. Just like the Supreme Court justices for the Owen Smith trial, listening to their responses to their Crown Attorney, it really gave me faith in the Canadian judicial system, if you will.
Yeah, it really did give me faith in Canadian judicial system, and this one too.
Yeah.
I did lose faith in the system for a while.
Oh, well, there's always going to be those people that don't represent it the way they should, but you meet these people, and that's why you want to support them and, show them that, we do recognize their efforts and that they do recognize ours.
Yeah, I'm like 10-0 in front of the policeman, like all my cannabis charges. I was charged with 2 counts of trafficking in cookies. Always been charged with, every cannabis charge that the police have ever tried to lay on me, I've won.
Yeah.
And because you can't fight these things. It does take, his one charge goes back 3 years. Yeah. That's a long time to be before the court. Hence the reason you're going to violate your bail.
Yeah. I've been arrested once for cannabis, and that was when I was 19 years old, so 13 years ago. And we went before the courts dressed up in suits that day, and we all had to make a charitable donation. And that was the effect of it back in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Or 2002. Yeah.
Got a little worse there, and now it's better. It's funny, Enns is one of his co-accused I know quite well for a period of time, the fellow who ran the grow-op shop. You gotta love the hydroponic store owner who calls the hydroponic shop the grow-op shop. And as soon as they told me, they're like, yeah, he got busted with at the grow-op shop. And I was like, it's your buddy, it's Tyler. I'm like, Tyler from the Garden City Grow team ran a store called It All Makes Sense now. That's his way of making light of things.
That's like a dispensary open underground, cannabis dealer.
Underground cannabis dealer.
It's like, maybe you want to make it sound a little different than that.
A big sign that just says, we sell weed.
Yeah.
Just 24 hours, too. We sell weed, 24 hours.
With a window.
Speaking of which, they do sell weed 24 hours at College and Dufferin.
And on Kijiji.
And on Kijiji.
So College and Dufferin, where there's a dispensary there?
No, it's Church of the Universe type guy. Oh. You just tell them that you're there. Yeah, Church of the Universe. You just tell it's for religious sacramental reasons, and they'll sell you cannabis. Yeah, man. You just go there and buy pot from those guys. You thought they'd be done by now? Yeah, they got a big sign that might as well say, we sell pot 24/7.
Wow. I've never seen that.
Even more awesome is when Andrew Cash put not one but 2 political election signs in the window. Yep, College and Dufferin. You can also buy clones. It says right on the sign. Fucking right on the sign, man. Right on the sign promoting the shop. Clones. I thought for a minute it was bad spelling with the Z, and I'm like,
With the Z. With the Z. Takes me back to the 90s. And okay, and then I look up at this webpage and I think, holy shit, takes me back to the 90s with that webpage. Looks like the one I set up in 1997.
Yeah. But lovely people. The heart, the most beautiful heart. Kind-hearted people, Church of the Universe people. They wear their little hats.
In the middle of the page.
They wear their hats and stuff.
That's
just
awesome.
most
so cool.
they're very loving people. And I remember I was
That's so awesome.
visited the fellow. I walked by the shop like a week ago. He walked out. He's like, Matt Mernagh. He's like, yeah, like, hey, come on in. I was like, oh, what do you got going on here? He's like, oh yeah, 24/7 marijuana delivery. I'm like, what?
Beautiful.
$50 yearly membership.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
That's great.
Weed dealer. Bring me weed. Yeah.
Cannabis dispenser.
Cannabis dispenser. Yeah, a lot of people use that word now. I saw, speaking of, last 10 minutes before Crop King Sweets 420 Bud Swap. 416 Medicinal had our friend Mark Emery at it this weekend.
Yeah, I was there.
When?
Both days.
Both days?
I stopped in both days. Set up a dab station both days at the back of this shop.
I appreciate you setting up that dab station because I went back and went there and I used it.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. I looked around. I was like, hey, whose wax is all this? And they're like, nobody answered.
Ah.
And I was just like, it's open. Looks like a dab station.
Then you came shortly after I left, no doubt, because that was probably 416 Medicinal's contribution to the dab station. There was CO2 oil.
It was great.
It was delicious CO2 oil.
It was really good CO2 oil from our friends at 416 Medicinal. So just fantastic. Just like dabbing. So good.
Mm-hmm.
Just so good.
Nice shop. Nice to see Mark and Jody.
It was. Jody, of course, was doing a great job doing this, greeting people and saying hello. And Mark is much not better, but Mark is more hands-on. Like, did you buy weed from him?
I did not, no.
Isn't it great? Mark Emery goes to jail for selling seeds, comes back out, and goes on a celebrity weed selling tour. Like, you can just buy Mark Emery weed. Hey, Mark, I'll take this, this, and this. Like, give me 3 grams. I'll take 3 strains, 1 gram each.
Yeah.
You could be that guy to him, and he would be happy and give you a 10-minute story.
I was about to say that. Jody's fantastic at meeting people and getting them to go where they should be in the store.
Yep.
And Mark is fantastic at meeting people and telling them a great story.
Yeah. While selling you a product, too.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It was great. And our friends, there are a lot of good people we knew. So, yeah. We, let's see here. We got 8 minutes.
Yeah, with dispensaries in the city, it's fun to see how fast they're popping up, and you were saying, mentioning how much fun it is to go and see Mark and buy weed from him. I have a friend that was in BC, actually call up his shop and was like, I'm looking for medical pod in the city. Can you help me out? And Mark is like, oh yeah, this is Mark Emery. Definitely, you can just go down to the shop here and helped him out and told him how to go about getting into a shop to grab his meds for the week. It was really awesome. And I got a call from a friend while he was out in BC and Vancouver to hear about it, hear about the story about how Mark Emery was the one that hooked him up and sent him to where he needed to be.
Right. So, So there you go. That's what we have. That was a good weekend. Did you go to see? Did you go and see our friends at Canawide, Dana Larson?
I have never been to Canawide Top Shelf yet, but I frequent Canawide, the original location in Kensington Market.
Yeah. What do you think that? What do you think of that? Did you get his comic book?
Sorry?
So I got his comic book on Saturday,
Yeah?
and just excellent.
Dana
comic book.
Larson.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't make it there this week. It was a really, really busy weekend. So I headed over to 416 to see Mark instead of Dana, unfortunately. Dates were on the same day, so I wasn't able to juggle it. But his book definitely is really cool. We saw that last week, was it? Yeah, that on the show?
Yeah, it was. No, we had it on the show. We had Dana on the show last week talking about his comic book. It's a really good comic book.
Yeah, I picked up a copy and perused through it. I'm going to have to find a copy or catch him next time he's in the city, hopefully, and get one signed.
Yeah, it's a really good comic. I'm really happy with it. And I'm a full page. I'm a full page comic. So I'm really happy with
being featured in it.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be featured.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I mean, I think you deserve it with the amount of work that you've put into the movement here in Toronto. You've definitely made your mark on the scene.
Right. Well, yeah. I've done.
I guess on a federal level, you've made your mark on the scene as well, of course.
So.
With you being mentioned, even in the Owen Smith trial case, sitting there, they referred to you as the M word.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep bringing up the M word, but we all know this. And it was just like, wait. I think I turned to the person beside me and was like, are they referring to Matt? And he's like, yes.
Yeah.
They don't want to bring you up.
Yeah. Didn't want to bring it up at all. Yeah. But it's really fun. And it's
taking another dab of that critical mass wax. It's always difficult to get it on the dabber for these dabs, right?
I know. I have some issues.
Just make sure you dump it in the middle of the bucket, and you're good to go. And with those low temp dabs, so terpy. So next week we're going to have some interesting gifts or toys to play with from Earl Electric that I'm looking forward to. I'll have my ray gun on the show if you're interested in coming in for some dabs. I'll have those out.
No. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having the ray gun.
It's a nice piece. For next year's Karma Cup, I'm definitely going to be making a new version of it because I think I can pull out a better positioning that I did this year if I make it for the Karma Cup.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. That was a lot of fun this year.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun this year. The Karma Cup was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's why you have to look at these competitions as as an experience for fun, not something that's so serious.
Was it a learning experience?
It was definitely a learning experience. Sampling all the different strains of cannabis, whether it was a good smoke or whether it was a bad smoke. Even if I'm sort of used to for the last couple of years now getting pretty high end, pretty high quality stuff, and now when I smoke, something that's not flushed properly. When I get a comparison of 3 or 4, 5 strains right in front of me that I'm smoking in the same session, I can really start to compare them and tell the differences between an unflushed bud, a well-flushed bud, one that's sort of in between, and you can start to really formulate these comparisons. Whereas from a perspective of me going on the underground market, growing up and picking up a quarter of bud, that's what I would smoke for a week. And then the next week I'd get something different, but you would never have it side by side and be able to really give it that fair comparison.
Yeah. So, now we got some. I got to do another one there. I just need to do another one.
Well, I think you just took too small of one, man. You got to take a larger dab.
I do need to take a larger dab.
It's hard to judge how big your dab is when it's with the wax because it breaks up and crumbles sometimes, and then you sort of have to make do with a smaller dab or a larger dab, which is one of the downsides to the wax from the shatter that's easier to sort of gauge the size that you're grabbing for yourself.
Yeah.
But the flavor is definitely on point with the wax.
So, yeah, the critical critical mass wax from Herbal Dispatch. I'm bringing the LA Confidential shatter home.
Of course. Do we know who made the wax here?
Oh well, sure. Too many complicated questions, but I could.
Not a Beard Brothers, just a private purveyor.
I don't know. It could be. It didn't say. I mean, it's never logoed with them.
It has a really nice, like a sugary wax look to it. And it's not too resinous, so there's not too many oils that are breaking off from the... There's not too many oils breaking up from the wax here, so it's not too bad. A really nice, well-textured oil, or wax.
But then I got high.
The time now is 4:20 in Alaska, and it's time for the Crop King Seeds 420 Bud Swap. If you have some weed and want to switch it with someone in the room, please go up to the stage now. All trades must be approved by Matt and Aaron.
Sorry, Alan, that's just me tonight. It'll just be Matt.
But I got high. I'm taking it next semester, and I know why. Because I got high. Because I got high.
Definitely
Because I got high. Go to the next. Go to the next. Go to the next. I was gonna go to court before I got high. I was gonna pay my child support, but then I got high. No, you wasn't. They took my whole paycheck, and I know why. Why, man? Because I got
Yeah, all right, yeah. You gonna help me with the board? We'll do it together? Yeah, let's do the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is your chance at 8:20 every Tuesday night to swap your bud with a bud. So come up if you have a half gram or a gram that you want to swap. Some waxes or oils is welcome as well. So come on up if you want to swap some bud for a bud.
Now let's get this thing going, eh? And get the change up the monitor and everything, and we'll get the show back to where she was going and doing our thing. So we get our bud. Our Crop King Seeds gift pack is back there. It's live production on the fly. We're all right. We're good. Thanks, guys. It's good, bro. Well, everybody's up tonight. It's good, bro. It's good. You happy with it? It's like Mernagh solo. You okay with that? Like, it's okay. The idea, though, is that I get more of the take at the door now. So there was a bit of like, hey, Mernagh wanted more of the take at the door. Oh. Yeah, man, you put the hash on the board? And a bud. All right, here we go. You going to help us? All right.
So what do we have on the board here? So we have a unknown strain up on the board and some keef. Now's your chance to swap some bud for some bud. So come on forward. This is your only chance throughout the week. It has to take place on the stage, on the camera. It has to be approved by either me or Matt.
Yeah, so it's the Crop King Seeds 420 bud swap. It's your chance to trade your marijuana for someone else's marijuana. I'm going to trade marijuana tonight if no one else trades marijuana with you. You and me will trade marijuana. All right. What's on? We got some. You going to write it down? You're going to. All right, kill it. Keep it order. What do you got there? Unknown. Okay, I'll get the wireless going there. I'm going to put down over this hashberry here.
What'd you put on
little more hashberry.
What was that? What bud was that one?
The hashberry I just put down.
Hashberry?
Hashberry. Put down a little bit
Hashberry.
more. A lot of our regulars aren't here tonight.
No one else wants to trade their buds? My mic's too loud.
All right, well, we're going to keep it on the board for a bit. I also got to drink a soda. It's weird.
Just a reminder to everybody, this is the only time we allow this to happen, and one of the few places you will find this happen done so openly. We normally do not allow any dealing, selling, or trading like this. This is the one time this happens, and it has to be done on stage. So,
If you want to try some new interesting bud, this would be the time to do it.
Definitely the time to do it. Try some new and interesting bud. And it's the Crop King Seeds 420 Bud Swap. Looks like you could win Bud Swap, too, tonight.
You're gonna win.
Yeah. and we can do this trade with the hashberry. Is that enough hashberry for you? You want some more? I'll give you all that. I'll do all that. So that's how easy the swaps trades are. Let's do that. I'm glad you came out. I know people are missing out.
So you guys are trading?
Yeah, we're
since
gonna
no one
trade.
else wants to trade?
Some other people are in the room here. Yeah, well, we're doing the 920. The weight is right. So you'll be back for that, right? Fuck, maybe you will.
Okay, well, we'll leave it up here for another 5 minutes, I guess, maybe.
Let's leave it up here for a bit. Leave your hash up here. We'll just keep,
Yeah, you guys can, this is a trade? Yeah.
Great trade. We'll try that. Well, you know what I'm going to do right now? You want to smoke this nug with me right now on the stage? We just vape it up. Let's fuck it up. Yeah, just take a chair.
Perfect.
And we're now going to judge the swap trade. I traded them organic. No, I didn't trade you organic. I needed a grinder. That was the only thing I didn't get tonight. Wait, you're up here? I just put down good weed. Now I got to put down more good weed? Oh, yeah.
So there's San Fernando Valley OG.
Ooh.
Someone wants to come up and snag this.
Hashberry. He'll take it.
He's trading for the hashberry.
Excellent. Done. Thanks, Gail. You're doing great over there.
We're looking for a grinder.
How about you? You want to do a dab?
There's still
Hey,
Keith. You can put something up and somebody will put
Have you ever
another
done
nug up.
dabs before? Have you ever done a dab before? You want to do a dab? All right, you want to hook this guy up with a dab? Then you and I are going to...
Certainly I do.
We're going to hook you up with a dab. We're going to hook us up with a grinder so we can vape.
We have OG Kush coming up to the board. Uh-oh. You have a nug to put up? Do you want to put it up? This is a trade, right?
Did you dab him hard? You're stoned, aren't you? Like the almost the first. Yeah, excellent.
He insisted on
Have you done
holding it
dabs
in.
before? You're a dabber, right? Dab him while he waits.
All right.
Nah, we're good.
Do we have a grinder yet up here?
No. Alan's getting it.
Is there
We're
anyone
busy.
else who wants to bring up a nug to trade? We have OG, some Keef. Yeah. And this is more hashberry?
No, this is cherry pie.
Oh.
All right. You're a dabber, so you can handle a decent one.
What are you putting up?
All right.
We have Purple Haze coming up. Yeah, this is the cherry pie. This is the OG, and then this is the Purple Haze, and then the unknown Keef. We also have White Virgin coming up. It smells good.
I know that grower.
I might trade something.
Cool, because, yeah. You want to do a dab?
So the
Wanna
cherry
do-
pie has been traded for the OG.
Dude, you want to trade for that. You want you? Yeah, you
Wanna
want to
trade
trade
for this?
You want to,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
It's White Virgin. Smells good. Yes. If you don't take it, I'll take it.
How you been? Working?
The white what?
The White Virgin.
The white what?
It's so good.
And we have another trade going down. We still have Purple Haze and Unknown Keef up here. Another Purple Haze.
Nice. You just got to get them going, right? Good job, man. Thanks for getting us going tonight.
Anyone from the back of the room? Kayla, on the mic. You're releasing our first album.
That's yummy, eh? Huh? That's that's the wax. That's Critical Mass wax. What you got going on there?
Very tasty.
We got Crop King seeds, 420 bud swap. Crop King seeds, 420 bud swap.
Do we have papers up on the stage? Or are we
I'm gonna vape it. What do you want? Papers?
Vaporize it. Let's vaporize it.
Papers?
Anyone else who wants to do a trade?
By the time I'm done with you, you'll be known as Master Vaporizer.
Master Vaporizer.
Master Vape.
Master Vapor. Wait a minute.
They're all Purple Haze buds.
So are they two different people trading Purple Haze?
Yes,
From two different parts of some same group or different group?
the same group. So
Oh,
it's
so they-
probably the same weed.
So it's the same weed and stuff. So the same group of guys are like, hey, will someone please trade? They maybe buy this every week. Like every week they get the same weed. And now they've come to us all here at Vapor Central and they're like, hey, we would like to trade our regular pickup for your weed. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And
There's
if you look at the board, you can see one guy came up and dropped one nug down, and his friend was like, no. I'm getting this trade. And he dropped a fatter nug down beside it and said, it's my trade now.
Yeah. Alan, are you coming up to rescue them from their regular? Oh, Alan was running because Dion was coming up. You gonna make a trade?
Make a
Good to
trade?
see you. Come on up.
What are you putting down? Purple Kush and Purple Haze.
Come
on
on
the
up,
board.
Purple Haze guys. See if you guys can work out a deal with this guy on the board for a trade.
Which one do you want? This is the Purple Kush. Okay.
All right. Take a look, guys, at the Purple Kush there.
This is the Purple Kush here, and these are yours.
You guys want to do a deal with this guy? Work it out.
We can trade that for that, or you want to trade for the Keith? Well,
Hold on a second. Ask the guy. You want to trade your Keith with this guy?
it's your Keith, right?
Oh, your
Do
Keith.
you want to trade your Keith for these nugs? You want to check them out? He wants.
Oh, you're looking
he
for
wants
wax.
something a little bit
What
better.
are you looking for?
Do you want to trade for? Okay. There you go. Yeah. And then this was yours. So nobody has traded you yet.
You guys happy?
You guys are okay?
You guys happy? Like, check it out. You don't leave yet if you're happy. Make sure you're happy, right? You guys are both happy?
All right, we have.
You guys are happy?
Give me some Granddaddy Purple Shatter.
You guys are happy over there? Awesome. Dion, you putting something up? You and the nice cast, what happened to your arm? Broke it what? Four-wheeling? Oh, man. Hit the medical on that. You hit it hard, dude.
And
I'm going to use that next time I break my arm.
That's right.
And
And we
remember,
have Pink Kush on
That's
the
a
board.
great excuse to hurt your arm.
remember we have the silicone dishes in your giveaway box, Mernagh, if anyone trades for that chatter.
If you
Right.
get the shatter, comes with a fun
Silicone dish.
dish.
From Boss Vaporizer.
So Dion and Alan are trading. Pink Kush for Granddaddy Purple Shatter. And you guys are satisfied with the... You'll get the container. You want to grab that? I don't know.
So we're going to fire up that.
So we still have the purple haze up here and unknown keef.
What do we have in the vaporizer here, Matt?
We have pink kush.
We have this fellow's weed.
The unknown.
There's the unknown keef, and then this is purple haze. Maybe put a little bit more up, and people will want to trade.
Yeah, that's a bag and a half, eh?
That is a good bag.
Any more traders? Not traitors, but traders.
Oh. No. Any more traders?
I think you traded a lot today. There's still
We got
pink.
some neat chill music behind us, eh?
Yeah, it's really like
Do you like it? No?
so boring.
It's too boring?
It's too boring.
Does it feel like we're like trading in an elevator?
I feel like we're supposed to be in like a library or something,
Crop King Seeds.
or like a Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Don't give me that look. You gave me the stink eye over there. She's like, yeah. I didn't pick the music. Brady picked the Starbucks music.
That's the problem.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said Brady picked the music that sounds like we're in Starbucks.
No, I actually didn't. But
Who did?
The vapor ghost, apparently.
The Vapor Ghost? That was weird music.
Yeah.
do you got on the board
You can always
there?
come back if somebody.
No. So we're still going to do some Crop King Seeds 420 bud swap. And, well, we'll keep it going for a bit.
Another 3 to 5 minutes.
No. 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 No, we're ready to.
Hey Brady, where's that music?
Well, I asked him to stop because I didn't like it.
I
Oh,
know.
man.
I prefer the Starbucks music to the silent.
This is right. Oh, there we go. Oh, man, someone's going to get a trade tonight.
Uh-oh. Oh, I might have to go run to my jar. All right, this is called for.
White Virgin again.
It's gone.
It's gone. You're going to make a
So
trade.
apparently, my attempt to even up the board and force a trade has now left us at odds again.
That's all right.
You know.
Excellent.
But-
Making some great trades tonight.
Yes, well, you know, I'm very fortunate to have a great grower still under the MMAR, and so I like to share the love because he grows with love, and I like to share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your grower is very talented.
And Brady finds it ironic, and it is irony at its finest. It is called White Virgin, and it's
It's great.
it's the strain I'm representing today.
It's one of the many strains. One of the many strains that'll be featured in my upcoming marijuana strain guide in 2016.
I'm excited. What is the publication date of that? Do we know yet? Do we know when we're expecting it?
Maybe fall next year of 2016 or Christmas season next. Maybe even longer.
See, I keep dreaming you'll have a book launch. Well, one day you'll have a book launch on 420.
Yeah.
White Virgin.
Depends how many strains
Oh, look,
you want.
we got another trade. But it's already been spoken for. Yeah,
The Pope's
it's already
disappointed.
spoken for. But there are some other lovely strains on
There's
the
some
board
hash on the
available
board.
for trade. No, it ain't no White Virgin. What is it? Do we know? We don't remember. That happens. Occupational hazard happens to me all the time. Done. It happens to me all the time. Done. Done. Hold on. I'm going to let you get back to your job here.
So that was done. We still have the keef and the purple haze and the pink kush.
Aww. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Were you coming to trade, Robbie? None.
Pope's like, I'm out of here.
You don't want to trade for some keef? You can vape it.
Gotta admit, I love it when I come in and when I walk up to the board, all the Kush critics come running. Like it gives me. I have pride. It's like I know that the board's gonna start to get pretty interesting.
So we have more OG coming up.
It's also, Tracy, because we miss you and we haven't seen you in a while.
That's true.
Sort of. Nope. Oh, almost. Well, it's OG. It's up here for trades. Put a little bit more up. No, this guy here.
Yeah.
You need to put a little bit more if you want to entice someone to come get it.
And we'll make a trade on that.
Nobody will make a trade on that. Just enough to meet up these guys, just a little bit more.
Beef that up a bit. How you doing on that? What do you think? I think it's very good. I like it. This is a good bag. You know what? Let's trade that on and see where we're at. It's good to have you up here. Thanks for kicking the show off. What part of the city you from?
Well,
North York. You can just pull the mic right there, man. Come to the lounge frequently? Well, there you go.
so your choices are
Hello? Come to the lounge frequently?
the OG.
Yeah, I come to the lounge whenever I can.
Your choices are the
But
pink
usually I come
kush
I
and
come on
the
Tuesday because of this, of
purple
course.
haze.
Cool.
It's a
And the
lot of
keef.
fun.
Thanks.
This is mine.
It's cool to do this, because it only happens
Yeah, this
tonight,
is his.
this night, and you never know what you're gonna get,
Go.
Last time I was here, I saw somebody trade keef, and they got like some shatter, wax, whatever it was,
Go.
and I thought, why not do the same?
Nice.
So yeah,
You want to trade?
I try
Trying to
get whatever I
trade
can.
for the hash over there if anyone's interested in this fellow's
Brennan,
hash.
you're gonna wait.
That guy over there is still
You
waiting.
come back. Come back.
You gonna run the board on us, Pope?
I'll bring it to you.
Crop King seeds, 420 bud swap. It's looking great over there, Kelly. Good job tonight. I appreciate it.
How long have you been doing the bud swap now, Matt? At least 2 years, eh?
Oh, since like episode 82.
Go start vaping, Matt.
So at least 2 years.
Yeah.
almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's been an integral part of our programming, and we're happy that Kalis and everybody's stepping up tonight to help us out. It's pretty cool.
Nowhere else do you see that much cannabis get put down on a board next to each other to, like I was saying earlier, it's a lot of fun to compare different strains with each other in side by side, and nothing like bud swap here to do that.
Right. So it is, it's the only place that where, oh, Brady, it's the only place where people can trade marijuana with each other, I think, anywhere, in the city, but in the world. Like, there's no other market around where people are like, hey, come on, sit down with me. Of course, as I said, this summer, I will engage in what I will call my bud swapping summer trade-off, where I will hit chessboards. You know those outdoor city chessboards? I'll put up a little sign, and hopefully Dion will come because he's like the master. It'll be like a stock exchange. Dion will be the banker and see what we can start trading. Honestly,
Pop-up bud swap.
Pop-up bud swap. Honestly, Your Honor, we are only trading marijuana. Boys, we're doing what? I look forward to explaining that to a lawyer. You guys were doing what? Just trading. Who's got weed? I'll trade your cannabis for who's got this? Who's got some keef? I'll take some dabs. No. It's the hot. I think it's the lights. Is it just it's us? I thought I was, yeah. That was because of my opening entrance this week.
It's all the hot weed up here.
It is hot.
All the
fire.
The fire.
Boom.
We going to get any movement on that board, or are we just going to stare at it?
Well,
No,
we can just.
we're waiting for people to come and trade. We still have the 4 choices here. This is not included.
This is not included.
Don't look at it.
Don't even look at it.
What is that?
That's
This
the
is
white
the
virgin.
White virgin.
That's the
The
white,
white
virgin.
virgin. So wasn't that for you?
I'm gonna.
I was just watching Weeds, and the name White Virgin reminds me of the MILF weed name that they put on that label there.
Milkweed.
Yeah. You had what's his name on the show? That was awesome.
Craig Rubin X.
Yeah.
He's my Facebook friend now.
That's
And he
so
pops up
awesome.
from time to time, too. It's cool. He's like, hey, man, can you help me promote this? Aren't you like Craig Rubin? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Amazing. No, that guy was hilarious to have on the show too.
And we will get the technology back to have great guests. Hopefully by next week.
Is there anyone that just came in that wants to trade some bud?
420 Bud Swap, Crop King Seeds, 420 Bud Swap.
It's
Your
almost over.
Yeah.
Got some good stuff up here, except for this. It's going.
Okay.
Except for this. You don't want this. This is horrible.
It's gone. Good night, folks.
So,
Yeah. What else do we have up on the board?
we got the key. I think we got some of that purple haze stuff. Well, some of this guy, yeah.
OG, Purple Haze,
okay.
Pink Kush, Unknown Key.
How you doing on that dab we gave you?
The dab was very good.
Pretty
The
good.
dab was very good, very solid. Tastes very well. Critical mass.
Excellent, the critical mass. Yeah, we like that. You gonna try Herbal Dispatch at any chance you get?
You know, I saw the promotion and I was really interested, and I really should get on that.
Dude,
So-
just check the website out.
Yeah, honestly.
You see the stuff you get in there. It's pretty good.
Like we were saying on the pre-show, the sample packs are a perfect opportunity to try a nice assortment of concentrates that you normally wouldn't get a chance to try because they're not readily available on the underground market yet.
The underground market doesn't make that readily available.
The LHO, the CO2, just delicious. If you think the critical mass is flavorful, the LHO, oof.
Dion needs a Boss vaporizer silicone. What do they call those? Lip balm dishes?
Yeah, lip balm containers.
Lip balm.
Hide them from your
container.
parents.
Silicone container. So if your child starts using a lot of lip balm, they're dabbing.
That's
Yeah.
how you know.
Who says that? Oh, Alan, when you get a chance, can I get 2 bottles of water?
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it. I thought I was just getting it from the dabs. So it'll be okay if I... All right, so we'll close up the shop. We'll get you guys to take down your Crop King seed entrances. Whose 2 buds are those? You guys want to trade these 2 buds that are on the board?
Yeah. Where are they at? You got to come up here.
Where's
You gotta
Robbie and the other
participate in a way.
fellow? We're going to trade these 2 buds tonight?
Who's buds?
Where are they?
Are you just saying if they put their thumbs up in the air if they're good with this trade and you'll just make it happen, Kayla?
Yes.
Well, I see Robbie's thumb is up. He's over there. He's giving us the thumb up. Well, all right.
Okay.
Thumb up. Look
The trade
at
is
this.
complete.
Yeah, that was easy.
In-house. That's a great addition to the show. Good job, Kayla. Giving your own... you just sit down and put your thumb up when I point to 2 buds. Okay. That could make it way better. Maybe we just need a runner. It would be faster, too. We will do that as a reform. What do you think? I like that idea. Great.
What's the game you play at Christmas? Secret Santa.
No.
It's like Secret Bud Swap. It's like, who wants to trade? I do. Boom. Trade done. And you don't know what you get until you get it? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know. Well, they were good. How about Crop King Seeds 420 Bud Swap trade of the night? How about the guy in the green and with the broken wrist? Why don't you come on up here and win a prize from our sponsor, Crop King Seeds? Help you through some of your, piece of problems there.
That's the Earl Electric there.
We have, you want a jar? Crop King seed jar? You're just like, yeah, have a jar. Have a jar. And a dab. Thanks for participating in the game tonight and coming out on Tuesday here at Vapor Central at 667 Yonge Street, second floor. First timer. He traded on his first night here, and he's getting a dab from us.
That's how you know. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Dude, $250 extra. What a great night for you. Enjoy your night, man. Thanks for coming out. You're welcome. Man, what a great night for, and thank you for coming up on the stage. Come on back next week. We'll be back in full. You want a dab? Yeah, sure, give him a dab. All right. And we thank you for coming up tonight and come back next week.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Well.
So we're using the Earl Electric full quartz nail tonight, which is one of my favorite accessories. It's a nice low temp dab.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it myself.
Yeah, we've had it on the show for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
And then you use the herb nail at home as a pure dabbing unit. Yeah, at home, do you use the glass bowl for it, or do you just put it straight onto the rig?
I just put it straight onto the rig.
Nice.
I put the, I got the attachment that you're supposed to use for your bud.
Yeah.
And I just put it on there real quick, and I go boom, and then I inhale like a bong, and then I pull it off like a choke.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's a fab way of inhaling marijuana, and I enjoy it very much. Thank you very much, Sean, for doing that too with the prizes. Thanks again to Kayla for pitching in with that. I really appreciate it tonight. And Mernahuana Zone.
Yeah, picked up for a bit there.
Yeah, really picked up. She did a really great job. Really great job. Our own Kayla Baptiste, and I'm really proud. And
Yeah, you got some interesting picks for yourself, and
yeah,
have you even tried one already?
Yeah, we already tried one. We're gonna continue.
Well, and just a reminder, especially for the people online, that at the top of the next segment, we do the Guess the Weight for in-house and online folks.
Yeah.
Always exciting.
Yeah,
One of my favorite segments.
Yeah, and the weight is right.
Yeah. There's a lot of strategies to play involved in that one.
The weight is right has gotten very strategy, isn't it?
Well,
it's been all over the place lately. We've had light buds, and then we've had really dense buds. So people have been quite literally almost half or double of what actually is on the board.
And that's what makes it so much fun. And there's different strategies involved when it's a smaller bud that you put out as opposed to a larger bud. And there's different ways that you have to go about guessing the weight. It's interesting.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll get a bunch of people up here, and we'll figure out the weight of some weed over at 920 Land. And I'm going to ask you a question. I feel it's inappropriate, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Do you want to reduce your obesity? Yeah. All right, Alan. I wasn't mentioning it to you, Alan, but
he didn't miss a second there. Yep.
He was on that. And Master Roller looked like he was caught in the headlights. He looked like he was caught in the headlights on that question. Weighing in at it like 105 pounds this week, I guess.
Soaking wet.
Yeah, soaking wet after a jump in the pool.
Hey, man, then I'm doing better than you.
Yeah, no, I am most definitely not worried about my obesity this week, Matt.
All right.
But, yes, some people would like to trade with me. So what can we do if people would like to reduce their obesity, Matt?
Well, Master Roller, they can smoke marijuana.
I sort of assume that's why I've maintained such a fantastic figure all my life.
Here it is, Alan. Wait for it. Wait, Alan. No, I'm not done yet. I'm not done. Legalized medical marijuana researchers say. Alan, you can use medical marijuana to reduce your body mass. Medical marijuana is associated with a 2 to 6% decline in the probability of obesity. Over the long term, this effect could be even larger. Tallied it all up, and according to the study's authors, we estimate that obesity-related medical costs of reduced obesity medical costs of $58 to $115 million a year. So there you go, Alan. They have found that young adults, 18 to 44, found a different dynamic at play. Our findings show that because people are using medical marijuana, they reduce their consumption of alcohol.
Okay, but what about the side effects of marijuana of extreme munchies?
Thank you, Alan.
How is that going to make your obesity go down?
No.
Come on, chips, pop, chocolate bars.
Alan.
Even if you eat a lot of fruit, that's sugar.
Okay, Alan. There you
Well,
go. Everything in moderation. Remember that Pizza Hut diet, and that was okay.
Lot of what?
Well, Alan, among this younger group, the researchers found that they posit that medical marijuana availability may lead some younger adults to substitute away from highly caloric alcoholic beverages toward a lower calorie marijuana high, resulting in lower body weight and likelihood of obesity. So that's my response to you.
I don't drink and I'm still fat.
You're not fat, Alan.
Well, I'm not small.
Well, I'm not small. I'm thin-boned, Alan.
Alan, not everyone eats an entire Pizza Hut buffet, though.
Don't fat shame
by
me.
themselves.
That's my business.
Listen.
I would like to emphasize entire Pizza Hut buffet. Like
and you did it on a mission.
2 trays of baked pasta and 3 pizzas and the whole salad. One person.
Sorry, guys, we're closed. Alan's here.
I remember that day because I was at the Dufferin bus when he was headed there, and he was like a mission. I said, "Hi, Alan," and he passed me and didn't say hi. It was like a workout mentality, and I'm proud of him to be able to, I wish I was there. If you're going to aim high in life, you might as well aim to do the best you can do. And if Alan's joy is to eat an entire buffet at Pizza Hut, mind you, in moderation.
Moderation being key.
Moderation being the key. I think I would be,
Moderation is the whole thing. That's
right. Moderation, if anything, is the key.
Yes. Wait. Do you know how much cannabis I consume a day? I don't know if that's moderate. So let's go with moderation in most things is key.
Wait a second.
I saw that face. I'm like, where's Drew about to go with this?
I'm going somewhere, too. If I believe that I'm using moderate amounts of cannabis and you're using what you believe is moderate amount of cannabis, then we're using a moderate amount of cannabis together.
I guess so. I was actually at my doctor's, and he goes, "How much do you smoke a day? How many grams?" And I'm like, "I don't know, 2, 3 grams." It's a bit more than that, obviously. But he looks at me and goes, "Isn't that a lot?" And my response to him was, "Well, really, it depends who you ask."
No, I'm at 5 grams myself.
I consume about 2 grams of extracts a day, which is equivalent to 5 to 7 grams, I suppose. It's up there.
It's funny, one of my prescriptions from Peace Natural that I got, I paid $44.20 in HST.
That's not terrible at all.
Yeah. $4.20 though, and I was like, $4.20.
Yeah.
Screw you, Health Canada. You can get it in there somewhere.
I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Maybe they did. I'm hopeful when because I got to renew in April. My ideal time will be to renew April 20th.
Now, aren't you going to be a little busy April 20th, Matt?
Well, no, I'm just going to get the paper, make sure it's all in,
before that, and be like, "Do not file.
Do not process until day of 4/20.
Yeah.
I bet you can be done.
Big red envelope.
do not process until 4/20.
Open on 4/20.
and that I get processed, and then I get the card that says, you know, that's good for a year from 420.
Yeah. Then you get busted, and the cops are gonna be like, "This is fake.
This is fake.
This is just too convenient. Nobody has nobody has this lucky."
Nobody has a marijuana prescription that begins and expires on April 20th.
You just made that up.
All right, we got to do this, right? Now we really have to do this. This can be done. I'm pretty wait a second, it's right here. Let's see when this thing expires. I hope it's on a good day. 04/15.
15, so just
I'm
under
5
a week.
days close, right?
Yeah.
I'm prepared to do that.
Oh, Matt, are you willing to be a civil disobedient and not have your medical card for 5 days this year?
Yeah, I guess so. If it means
Oh my gosh, Matt.
No.
I don't know. That sounds awfully risky for you.
Listen, I'll mix my marijuana and kitty litter too, just to be sure. I will.
Make sure you destroy it, but
Oh, my marijuana prescription's coming up.
gotta get rid of this. Go through your house, make sure all the roaches are gone.
Yeah. That stuff's terrible. All the roaches are gone.
And make sure all your dab residue's off your counter.
No.
Because shit, I know there's enough on my counter. I know.
For those days when you're like desperate for a toke.
Grab a razor blade and scrape a dab off your desk.
Oh, that's harsh.
Okay, here. Question for both of you. What's the worst resort lowest resort you've delved to get yourself high? Like scrape it off something, pull it off the bottom of your shoe.
Definitely don't dab a sugar cube by accident. You know, like you got that caramel on the counter, and you're like, oh, well, I really need a dab. And you're like, bam. And you're like, nope.
We all know the Saul story.
I think
Listen, man, you shouldn't have even added that. Most people don't, and it sounded like I made that shit up or I did it myself. I'm not going to take credit for it because I didn't, but
I think the worst for me, I was at a cottage over a decade ago, and we pre-rolled about 400 joints before the cottage trip, and we smoked them all within the first 5 days of the trip, and we saved all the roaches. And we had the brilliant idea of rolling a roach joint. And let me tell you, that was the last roach that I ever smoked. We rolled 400 roaches up into one joint and passed it around once. And as soon as we realized what we were smoking and how it tasted, we were just like, pass. And so that's probably the lowest I've gone to smoking a joint. I've been lucky that with a professional career up until I lost it for smoking, I was able to maintain a resourceful supply. So I didn't have to go too far out there to smoke roaches or anything like that.
Right. Resin?
Maybe in high school.
Yeah, high school.
You never know what your friends hand you as hash.
That was desperate.
Here, have this
Okay,
hash.
well, yeah. When it came to resin, I will admit that, you know, in that period is like, whoa, dealer not calling you back.
Yeah.
And that was the 90s, man. I'm going to admit, I'm old. When it was, you couldn't go to Craigslist or budbuddy.biz to buy marijuana.
No.
And you had to hope some guy had it.
Yeah, and you had to have his pager number back in the day, too.
Fucking
And hope
pager.
that he got to a payphone in time to reply.
I was going to say, most people didn't even have cell phones then, dude, let alone the fucking internet. Like, you had to find somebody at home and then get them to come to your place. So you had to, arrange to meet them somewhere.
Yeah.
And from the time you hung up until you saw them, you didn't have any way to reach that person. It was a hope and a fucking prayer.
Pray they show up at the corner.
Yeah, and that always brought up the drug lingo when they say they're going to be there in 30 minutes. Do you know they're always going to be an hour late?
Drug dealer time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and if they say they'll be there in an hour, they're not coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicago chef to make cannabis-infused edibles for medical marijuana patients.
Professional chefs to be baking. There you go.
Dude, prominent Chicago chef Mindy Siegel announced Tuesday she plans to create a line of cannabis-infused edible products for medical marijuana patients. Siegel, the owner of Hot Chocolate Restaurant in Bucktown, has agreed to make a line of products for Cresco Labs, which plans to operate 3 cultivation centers in Illinois, according to an announcement by the company. Cresco maintains Siegel's is the first James Beard Award-winning celebrity chef to endorse products for the cannabis industry. Her first products will include a line of chocolate brittle bars, granola bites, a chocolate drink intended to be served warm, and a ready-made mix with do-it-yourself instructions.
Oh, I like the sound of that one. I
Ready
love my
made.
hot chocolate.
Yeah?
Loaded with sugar, and love it.
So you're in hot chocolate season already then?
Oh yeah, I'm in hot chocolate season come like August.
Really?
Wait
Yeah.
a second.
Well, that's because you're a skinny guy. I can see that.
Well, I have to get my calories somehow.
To get my calories somehow.
So it's about 250 grams of sugar just in my hot chocolates that I drink a day.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
that'll do it.
Like James Beard Award winner? That is seriously hot shit. Like that's top of the. That is quite seriously one of the tops in the industry, man.
Are you going to go work with that person then?
I would love to work with someone who had that. Like I had an invite to a James Beard restaurant.
Well, all right.
before.
Well, yeah. Why don't you contact this
that's
person
great.
with your credit?
That'd be cool.
You should shine your resume up.
I am sure that they know their shit. They probably don't need any help from me.
You
But-
could be a junior like you are tonight for me.
But the only thing I could do in the food industry now is be a gluten-free consultant. But I'm sure that yeah.
Gluten-free consultant.
Well, yeah, man. People don't know.
Wow.
I would love to see Gordon Ramsay endorse products for the cannabis industry.
Could you see that? Oh, could you just see him doing a weed show? Oh, Gordon Ramsay.
Well, we've seen the clip of him with the cannabis guy. He walks into this room on one of his shows, and he's like, "What's that smell?" And the guy pulls out a big jar. It's like, it's my fresh herbs. And Ramsay takes a smell of it. Oh, geez, that's not basil.
Ganja Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Reefer Ramsay.
Yeah.
What's happening there?
Yeah, there you go. He pulled it up.
What is that smell? Incense. They're right here. Incense.
Oh,
Yeah,
not
it's
incense.
strong. Yeah, incense. Yeah, but that doesn't smell like the smell of the smell. Yeah, it's herbs. It's a medicinal herb. I love herbs, especially the freshness of them. You can use it for cooking if you want to do a really nice fettuccine. Okay. What's it like? Yeah, it's like a basil. Wow.
Like a
There's
basil.
a nice smell to it. Me. That's definitely not basil.
Fuck me, that is definitely not basil.
Yes. So we smoke pot. Poof, that's what I can smell.
Cannabis?
And I came in here. Yeah. What do you want me to do? Is this legal here? Yes. I use medicinal herb.
I use medicinal herbs.
Back in the cookie jar
Not a
tomorrow,
very
I
good
see
looking
what
one
it is.
either.
Get a bit late. I know. I'm addicted. I'm
Gordon
done for a
Ramsay's a
while.
little
Okay,
stressed
okay,
over all
okay.
this.
So how do I get to the room? I'll show you.
And yet, look at the house the dude's at.
It's a hotel.
Hotel.
He probably hasn't even noticed the
Weed
place.
hotel?
This is the cattle.
From the episode, from what I remember, they throw mushroom parties. Like the hotel owners throw mushroom parties inside the hotel. And that was one reason that the hotel was failing, is because it was scaring away normal guests. Or sorry, non-shroom taking guests. Because they would dance around and have like a bonfire festival all on mushrooms. Dancing around in mushroom costumes.
Yeah, so basically the shroom takers at the hotel took over and scared away the normals?
I retracted my use of that term and said non-mushroom takers.
Non-mushroom takers. All right, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because I don't want to judge these mushroom takers as not normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Non-mushroom takers, not.
Gotta be PC, bro. No, not on the show.
Okay, so yeah, so what do you mean, like you're calling shroom heads? I can't call them shroom heads anymore. The shroom heads freaked out the norms. I'm not allowed to use those words. Are you telling me the word pothead I'm not allowed to use because of political correctness these days? Is that what you're saying?
It's because everybody's PC, bro.
Exactly.
All right.
I don't personally take offense to the term pothead, but some people may prefer cannabis connoisseur.
A lot of people prefer I prefer the word professional pothead.
Professional pothead?
Because, when you put the word professional in front of something, all of a sudden it makes it better.
I'm a professional stoner. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
You should go with that. Professional stoner.
Yeah.
I tell that to customers quite a bit whenever they look at how big I dab or Alan dabs. I just say, guys, we do this professionally.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah.
Well, I suppose for you guys, it is absolutely true. Working in the vapor lounge?
Got to have the lungs for it.
I definitely do not have the lungs for it.
You used to work in, you used to have a background in hotel or in restaurant management, right?
Yeah, it's one reason I love those shows so much, and I've seen them all, of course. But yeah, I worked for 15 years in food and beverage. And then one day I started showing up for work, and the people would start looking at me with this look on their face, and I'd be like, oh, shit, they've seen my videos. And then after about 6 months, just about everybody in the place had seen my videos and knew that I was a professional pothead outside of work. And I was showing up at work wearing a suit and, a nice haircut every day, cleanly shaven. Yep. And then one day, apparently my general manager...
You didn't go that far, but yeah, we used to work in hotel restaurant management.
Yeah.
You can appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, and then they
You should open a vapor lounge.
I should. It would be a lot of fun, but...
Because, you upscale it. You could wear a suit every day.
I don't know. See, that would... In my opinion, that might turn away the average customer that you're looking at, because it's like, well, I want to come to this place. It's got a stuck-up guy in a suit.
True.
All my suits are folded in a box in a pile in the back of my room because I haven't unpacked them since I moved.
Good point.
I don't want to wear them.
I do wear suits, and people ask me about that. So it's funny because 420 this year, at 421 when I was in front of the committee for the vaporizer, I don't like wearing suits to 420 because they just reek of pot for 6 weeks afterwards. Just reek of weed. So here I am in the committee wearing the exact same clothes I had just worn 24 hours earlier from the 420 stage because I had to have that suit shot this year.
Yeah.
Just reeked of pot. Just reeked of weed.
Well, at least you look the part.
Yeah.
They know why you're there.
Yep. What the hell's the weed guy doing here?
Yeah. Well, at least now they know who you are before they actually know who you are. Yeah. Oh, crap, that must be the weed guy. Yeah. Stinks like it.
Stinks like the weed in here. I'm okay with that. No. Pretty happy with the exemptions there that Ontarians have. Early results of marijuana extract treatment for children with epilepsy prove promising. For a number of years now, families of children with epilepsy have been relocating to Colorado from around the world to try to obtain a special marijuana extract known as Charlotte's Web that they had heard about had magically reduced seizures. The reaction from the scientific community was more cautious. Some researchers dismissed the report of recovery shared widely on social media as wishful thinking. Others launched clinical trials to try to figure out what was going on. Early results unveiled at the American Epilepsy Society's annual meeting in Philadelphia this week are encouraging. The first study led Oren Davinsky, director of the Comprehensive Epilepsy Center at NYU Langone Medical Center, involved giving a drop of liquid cannabidiol. Can you say that word?
Cannabidol.
Thank you.
Cannabidiol.
Cannabidol.
Yeah, let's go with CBD.
Yeah.
CBD.
That's all we use.
CBD.
A key component of marijuana to 261 patients with severe epilepsy for 3 months. The participants, most of whom were children with the average age of 11 and were average age 11 and were 16 when we're at 16 different sites around the country, continued to take their regular anti-seizure medications as well. Well, I take seizure meds. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people don't know that. Mm-hmm. But I do take seizure medication. and this medication was taken. I take it once a day. You know,
And it helps?
really helps. I mean, I really get doped up at night. Well, not doped up. I mean, I have a hard time. I'm in a lot of pain at night when I'm sleeping. Speaking of doped, yeah, buddy, you're here. Good to see you. You're here. It's not. You're here on time where I don't have to be like, go to police stations to see if my buddy's not in jail. Who cares? Get doped is here, and we're looking forward to seeing him up here in a bit. What was I just talking about? Oh, epilepsy and my medication. So I take all my meds at night, at midnight, and I take the oldest epilepsy drug. I tried all the fancy new ones, and then I'm at the oldest one. It's just I have so much pain in my life, that like physical pain, that I need to take something at night to at least help me sleep. So like literally I take it at midnight. By like before 1 o'clock I am out like a light and well resting. And then usually if I'm sleeping well, I can get all the way till 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, both studies use GW Pharmaceuticals Epidiolex liquid formulation of cannabidiol, of CBD. So yeah, more GW Pharma stuff. But they use actual marijuana to create their plants or their
Derivatives?
Their derivatives.
So that one's not synthetic.
No. They actually use the marijuana. Hilariously, located in the UK, it's been here, like some of their products have been here for like ever, as far as we're concerned. If you were like a child that like, if you're in your 20s, they've been here forever with their product. And not well accepted. But back in the UK, still not on the market. Still not on the market. The old Sativex. Well, you can export it. You can export it.
That's the spray one, right?
Yeah. So we got budbuddy.biz and Who Cares Gets Doped for The Wait Is Right. Yeah, come on up, man. Let's do some dabs for the next 5 minutes. I like your Rasta toque. I like your toque. It's a good-looking toque. No, I'm doing dabs. You all did dabs in the first hour of the show. I'm good. How are you? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad that you're here, hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you. Good stuff. I appreciate you. Well, thanks, everyone, for coming out on a Tuesday to the Mernahuana Zone with all of us. Thanks for you coming out, too.
Coming up on 2 years that I've been here for your show every Tuesday.
I know. It's amazing.
Or on your show from home.
Yeah. I just, I can't help it. I love this stage here, and I think, people need to understand that. I really enjoy Tuesday performing and on this stage, and I look forward to it every Tuesday. So thanks, everyone, for coming out. Thanks again for you getting us high tonight. Associate producer Sean Brady back there on the board. And we're going to do our next segment. The Wait Is Right. Oh. There we go. How'd you get the torch? Got the torch going? It's starting. Do you find you know what turned me on to dabbing was the nail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the e-nail, you never really cared too much for it.
It all involved because of the torch. The torch is a pain in the ass.
It is. I did the math, and it takes like 35, 40 seconds to heat up your nail each hit. And I was taking like 30, 40 dabs a day. And the math was just like, shit, I'm wasting like 10% of my day heating my nail up.
Okay, your whole day is spent dabbing. If you have an electric nail, you could become way more productive. Exactly. You would gain 4 or 5 hours in your day.
Just by being able to drop your dabs quicker and get on with things.
Yeah.
No offense, but I'm in no rush for this.
Oh, I support that answer.
It's a really nice Paco tube that you're smoking out of there. Really nice sandblasting with some fuming over it. Makes it pop. Yeah, man. Of course I'll take a dab. Yeah. Oh. I was just about to say, and I'm not gonna cough, but then he hands me this dab that's like a quarter gram, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm gonna cough.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Nice shard for me right here. What strain are we smoking on? Something awesome. Some kush.
I do like these regular dab breaks, but I gotta figure out how to get the hell in on it myself.
Let's do this. So with this now, we have to use a timer to get it just to the right temperature. But I do the hand trick too. Instead of using a timer, you just hover the hand and you're like, yeah, it feels about right.
Well, there we go. Thanks, Kayla.
You know it's a big dab when it takes you 3 exhales to clear your lungs.
Oh, I'd do one of those.
And you know it's good oil when you don't cough. Oh, after those 3 large exhales. Wow, nice, man. There's a difference between cough and choke, I guess.
The time now is 4:20 in Gaza, and for the next 10 minutes, it's going to be peaceful. Now it's time for The Wait is Right, brought to you by Bud Buddied Up Biz and Who Cares Get Dope. So if you want to win some marijuana, go up to the stage now, and you, yes, you can win your own marijuana in-house.
Now, Mernahuana Zone proudly bringing you peace in the Middle East. I'm proud that we bring peace to the Middle East for at least 10 minutes on Tuesday.
Well, I saw a meme picture the other day that I loved. It was, if everyone sat down and smoked pot for 10 minutes, the world would have peace for a day.
Yep. And we're bringing 10 minutes of peace to the Middle East by hanging out with our buddy here. Yeah, well, I'm going to do a dab for the Who Cares Get Dope. Well, I'm going to rock a dab. And so anybody who played earlier tonight on 420 Bud Swap is welcome to come to the stage while we play our next favorite game, The Wait is Right.
I'm going to take this one. This one might be a little too big.
Yeah, probably. I got an hour left to do.
So today's going to be a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I left the answers somewhere.
The bud on the tray, that one. They guess that one, they keep it. Which one? That one that you have in your hand.
This one? So what are we doing? Am I taking this one for the digital? Is this one for the online?
Yeah,
This is the online audience? Oh, so we gave the online audience a sneak peek there. I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
That's fun. All right, everybody's up here.
It's a
They don't
different
know
bud.
what they saw.
I'm okay with that. So
It's a different bud than what we're weighing out too. So
So this is they.
That's the prize right on top. Whoever guesses the prize gets to keep it.
All right, that's a good game, and we're gonna go all the way around, and we're gonna get the numbers. Gonna have to get a notebook. Oh man, there's a lot of you here. You
We
guys
have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 people.
is that enough, Kayla? Is that an overwhelming number?
13. Hold on. 14. Hold on a second. I need everyone to make a line.
There you go.
Yeah, well, yeah, Ricky was first, and then it was Robbie and Fisher. And then,
All right.
yeah.
Don't get interpersonal space.
Almost revealed the answers.
All right.
I think we're going to implement a rule next week, Mernagh. The only way to get on Guess the Weight is if you have participated in Bud Swap.
And we give them a ticket or something, so we make it official.
on the lava ground. And if them soft like a guava, them can't come round this part of town. Telling you the thought alone, I could have Sparta, it faltered down. Revival, hallelujah, it start up now. Reprisal, for the luja, it watered down, a pardon none. But the inner me God is strong. This is not a marijuana song. Cause they don't want you to know marijuana. It's up and be free, just so let it be. They don't want you to know marijuana. It's up and be free, just so let it be. This is not marijuana music. Just a message from the ones that use it, don't abuse it. Has a mind that fertile, bring forth something that worthwhile. Know your worth, child. Can no officer alive could a look in my eyes and see what I prophesize. My mind it forever occupies. Thoughts of whole my talk a spice amongst us.
Okay, Gavin, what do you got over there?
Then me chalice a go bubble it. Drop in a one load then double it. Power the inner me God is strong. This is not a marijuana song. Cause they don't want you to know marijuana. It's over and be.
All right, here we go. Got a bunch of other.
Okay, we have 1.8, 2.8, 2.7, 2.6, 2.3, and 2.1.
Okay, now you in the red. What do you got? Come on. 3.5. You over here. 3. You in the orange. Come on. 3 what? What, 6?
3.6.
3.6? What? You got this. He did. We got 2 on the board that they're the same?
Say again? No,
You said 3.0, didn't you? He said 3.6. Stoner. What do you got over here?
No, he said 3.5.
4.6.
He said 3.
4.6. What do you want over there? 3.8. All right. I'm going to end with our guest over there at 3.8. We got enough people. Do we got a scale over here?
It'll come.
All right. Let's bring it up the
You said
scale.
3.1. You said 3.8?
All right. Can we get a scale up here? And
I need this guy. What was yours again?
3.1. Are we okay?
Yeah.
All right. We're all good. Don't move, anyone. I'm going to end with this guy here.
Oh, it's
We're done. We're going to have enough. There's like, you want to get this guy at 2.6? Is there enough people?
2.6.
It's taken, so we're done at this guy. Sorry, man. All right. So let's weigh this up.
No, I didn't get you. Okay, I can still write it.
All right, Brady. How's the scale look under the camera there?
Just a reminder, there are no scales allowed in Vapor Central. This is the only time a scale is allowed for the weight is right.
Yeah, if we see your scale on the table, we're going to pull you out by your ear, right?
We're going to cut off your fingers.
Ooh, harsh. All right, you ready for that? Oh, thanks, Kayla.
All right, that's too much zoom there. Calm down. There we go.
All right.
Is it gonna? Okay, I guess that's the clearest it's gonna get.
Turn that on. Can't quite see.
Zoom out a little bit. Hold on.
No,
Hold on. And then it should. No, wait. It'll go back.
Good job, Kayla. Don't stress. There you go. You got it.
You can sort of see it.
Yeah, we can see it. It's teared now, too. Yeah, I can read it.
I can see it. It's just
zeros. That really say 1 point?
No.
2.07.
No, this is gonna. That's not right.
Can you take the scale off the trip?
All right.
One more time.
No worries. You're doing fine, Gail. Doing great.
I have one.
You're doing great. BudBuddy.biz, who cares, get dope.
Okay, well, I pre-weighed this before 3 times, and it wasn't doing this before.
Watch your mic. Is your mic setting it off?
Oh, is anyone touching the stage?
Please excuse us as we're having technical difficulties. Stand by.
All right.
Okay, backup scale is here.
Sorry, we had technical difficulties. What?
Yeah, it was just working. All right.
Here we go.
Actually, does anybody have a 1.9?
1.9?
Magic weed here. Well,
It's the mic.
okay, let's try again.
We need a heavier bud.
You just gotta keep that mic away from it, that's all.
There'd be a tie right now if somebody had 1.9.
1.85? Ricky wins.
So he takes it.
Hate that guy.
But the original weight was 1.89.
1.89, but Ricky wins either way. I appreciate your work tonight, Kayla. Great work tonight on the show. Really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, for coming out again to Vapor Central. Enjoying the vibe out here. Enjoying
Ricky
the
always
show.
just winning prizes all the time.
That one's the blue dream.
You know he's got a job on the show now, eh? Body double for me. It's my body double.
Can I actually get one that's not like fidgeting?
I don't. Well,
No, I think it was seriously just the mic. I think it was the mic.
All right, so let's.
We'll figure out the other one first.
All right.
Weighted.
All right, so. How you doing back there, Brady, in the chat? Are you able to do it for the chat?
You better believe it. Yeah, I'm good. So whenever you want to throw a nug up under the camera.
Well, we're going to
Not
let
here.
Kayla to figure it all out for us. And,
Here we go.
are scales the ideal Christmas gift?
I think so, because they're useful for just about everyone. For your mother, for your sister, father.
Did you give your did you give the family? Are you giving your Oh, that's a beaut. Is this the one we want to use, Kayla? It's just doing a check on all of them.
Scale calibration.
I got a brand new one right here.
We got the Foods on
Right.
Digital.
Ooh. I got.
They're giving the 2 different numbers. Nice. Could be battery issue.
It could be. Yeah.
I'm ready for that dab, given the
Ready?
technical difficulties we're having.
Keep that microphone away from those scales.
I'm trying.
Well, it is a big-ass magnet. It does tend to throw those things off.
Yeah.
And thanks for all our online viewers tuning in tonight. We're doing the Mernahuana Zone.
Every Tuesday night here at Vapor
Every
Central.
You know it.
Or, at Puff Dogs if Vapor Central's under renovations.
Shouldn't be for another 10 years, eh, Kayla? We're here for another good 10 years before. Yeah, for sure.
That was
Alright.
a fun episode out at Puff Dogs, though.
It was.
Great guys out there.
Puff Dogs is so good.
And that stage was nice, too.
It was. Am I ready for that?
If you're going to be away from home, it's nice to be somewhere.
So that bud that's on.
Wait a second. You can still do it. You can still do it. Can I? Okay. I got him, eh? See that?
So that bud that I see on the camera, that's the one we're going to use for the online weight?
That's correct.
Yeah? All right. So just a reminder for all the online viewers, we're going to call the start. I'm going to pop this up on the camera. And then you have about 1 minute to get your guesses in. No double guesses. Or you're disqualified. All right. Everybody ready?
Yeah, we're
Oh,
good.
yes, and that is one other reminder. I rely on Mernagh to help out with this. Canada only. BudBuddy.biz only delivers in Canada. No U.S. Please only play if you can actually win the game. If you win, you're going to need to turn over your address so we can cough it up to Bud Buddy and get your weed sent to you. Don't play if you can't win.
I'll do that. I'll do the Allen dab that I missed.
All right. Meanwhile, we're going to throw this
I got
on.
him. It was like the first time he was trying. I saw him hiding it. Got you. Thank you.
Get your guesses in, folks. We'll go moving it around now.
Yeah, now they got a better angle.
All right, gonna cut this off soon. Play if you're playing.
It's a reformatted edition. The weight is right.
Everything's kind of the same.
We
with
found
different.
it.
All right. 3, 2, and we're calling it at that.
Calling it at that. You ready in the chat
Oh,
there?
sorry, Killer VG. You didn't make it. Yeah, my first week being producer, my first axe.
Yeah. That's all right.
Oh.
It's okay.
I hate to have to be so strict, but otherwise it's just not fair. All right. So we've got, let's see, I see 1.9, 1.6, 1.5, 2.1, 2, 2.2, 1.7, 2.3 was cut off. So yeah, they're all in the right around 2.
Yep. Damn it, Brady.
right.
Kayla's like, I want my mic. Kayla would like a mic.
Weigh that, bud.
Kayla wants a mic.
It's on.
What was the last, actually, we'll just figure it out after.
I've got between 1.5 is my low and 2.2 is my high.
Do you want to give it 5 more seconds?
No.
All right.
No,
Here
I already
goes.
called him.
All right. I'm going to take it off this wobbly scale, though, or tray.
Next time, Killer BGs won't try and cut it off after, they won't try and analyze everybody's guess and then get in at the last second.
All right. Here we go.
He's wearing a J side. I can't get away.
All right, let me see here. What do we got?
Can they see the can? Oh. There you go.
Much better.
Thanks, Kayla.
All right.
2.99.
Whoa!
Wait.
I got a runny nose.
Give me a verification on that. Jeez.
Well, it was 3 exactly the first time I weighed it, so we'll say 2.9.
Well, looks pretty obvious to me. Too bad Killer BG tried to wait and got in too late. Katie Cannabis takes it.
All right.
With a guess of 2.2.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was our high.
I thought you said 2.3 was the high.
No, 2.3 is what got cut off. Killer BG came in. I said, that's it. And then all of a sudden it flashed up. Boom. Missed my shot.
Oh,
missed
they
my
missed
countdown.
by a second.
They missed it by less than a second. So,
well.
Sorry, you're going to have to try again next week.
Yeah, we got to Play by the
send in-
rules.
What are the details? What's the email address, Brady?
Was Katie Cannabis was
Well,
actually.
we'll have that person send an email to
I'm
Paper
going-
Central.
I'm going to pop up an email address here for them, just in the chat to send it to.
All right, send them the email address to
Yeah.
send it to, and we'll get that budbuddy.biz package out to them.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks for playing, everybody.
Thanks for playing, everyone, for tuning in.
was
And thanks
fun.
again, everyone online, for tuning into the Mernahuana Zone tonight.
You've been
Yeah,
dealing
yeah.
with budbuddy.biz for a long time, haven't you?
Like 2005.
And thanks to BudBuddy.biz for their continued support and sponsorship.
Yeah, one of the originals.
They've been doing stuff with us for years.
Man, he better not Emery.
Drink some water. I'll help you.
We have a couple nicknames for him.
Who, him?
No. But I won't say.
That one?
Oh, jeez.
Blue Dream.
Blue Dream?
Blue Dream.
What's up with the music in the background? Don't put the music in the background, Brady. Please. It's not. Plus, it wrecks the YouTube when we put it on stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it back.
Because they go over the YouTube song rights. Oh.
Oh, they're lethal and ruthless, and then they just take your video from you.
Yep. Take it from you.
Because that's by putting their song on it, you're giving them rights to your video.
Thanks for using the soundtrack to us. Are you
Yeah.
dabbing more folk over there? Are you going to dab some more folks over there? Okay.
Just another one.
All right. Just be kind.
Always.
Always. Who cares get doped up here? Helping people dab.
What did they say? The faster you smoke, the less you'll feel it.
No. Okay, it's 9:41. Thanks again tuning in this week to the Mernahuana Zone, and Alan for doing his gig.
Showing off those socks.
Wow, are those actually Champion?
Yeah. Well, what do you think I wear?
Usually the latest in 1970s Croatian wear. I didn't know they had Champion in Croatia. So.
Star of the show.
What
Yeah,
wouldn't I wear?
just pull it back and get it on the two of them, and I use the other. My lord.
Kelly, you're doing awesome over there.
Dental check.
What in the Lord? Whatever she did to the scale, apparently she's done to.
To herself. Whatever she did to the scale, she said to herself.
Pretty much. We try to have fun here. Whenever you're ready, Mernagh, I got your next story queued up.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, she's dying of laughter over there.
No, she walked into the stool.
She walked into this. I always miss the best moments on the show. Like last week when Lisa Campbell dropped the lollipop out of her mouth. It's the reason she's not here this week.
The lollipop was that good, was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Who made that edible? I want some of those.
She's still high. She said she'd be back next week.
Maybe. Next week, though,
She's been busy with 416.
416, yeah. And next week I've asked our very lovely Sarah Handel, Big Brother.
Ah, yes. Sarah's
So-
great.
Yeah, so you don't have to do, we could be like a rotation right now.
Awesome.
Have people come in on a rotating basis.
Let me get some work done.
Yeah, thanks. Although Monday, you've agreed to potentially play in her Family Feud edition.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I've voluntold you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so Monday, that'll be fun.
No. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Volun.
My team is going to win, though.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look at that dab he's setting up. Is that for him?
Who's
All right,
doing
I was
that
going to
dab?
say, which one of us is going to suffer through that?
I'll suffer through that.
These dabs have definitely taken some effect on you two. The last third of the show is starting to. Wow.
I got 36 minutes left to just do dabs, really. Why don't we
Yeah,
just-
if that's what you want to do. I wondered if
Well,
you wanted
here's
to
a
do
nice
more
fat
news.
dab for you then, man. If you really want a nice fat dab.
I want to come do a dab.
Okay. The last 36 minutes of the show will now be dedicated to personal and staff dabbing.
Yes.
Us guys, and we'll do some dabs. Thank you, you know.
Drop it. You got to take it off. Drops half the dab. There we go.
Want some wine there?
See, now normally I do put on music during this so we don't have so much dead air, but
There we go.
Well, you could narrate the dab if you wanted to.
he inhales, he exhales, and he coughs. Yeah, we got cough. We got cough. That's. Oh, that must be a kush. That must be a kush.
Well, you
that one
could
is,
like talk about how I'm drawing it and inhaling it,
the cotton candy.
using my abs to inhale.
Oh yeah, that see that's one reason that while smoking cannabis you burn more calories because you have the muscles that you need to use in your chest and stomach to flex, right? Oh, here's our associate producer.
Feel the burn. Yeah.
Yes, here we go. Which one do you want? Oh, he chooses the Paco over the Master Glass. Don't know how I should feel about that.
Ooh. Man, that last dab hit me good.
Oh, I don't know how I should feel about that either. He goes for the torch over the electric. Ooh.
No, it just popped in my head. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We should try and, if you can get it next week, we should just do that as our soundbite.
How'd you like your intro music this week?
My intro music is Shaft. Yeah. Shaft. Out. Well. I also like, you know, unfortunately it never caught on with people. It's WKRP in Cincinnati. That, you know. Ouch! Did that hurt? Brady can do that. You can do that. Now watch me do the play-by-play for this dab. Oh, Sean Brady is about to do a very large dab. He's up to the bong. Oh, he's inhaling very deeply now. He's inhaling. There's some great movement on the dab tool. Great dab technique. He's carving. He's carving. He's carving. Brady's inhaling deeply. And an exhale of a lot of smoke.
That was a dab and a half.
Post-commentating at 6.
Yeah. And if you could only see from my angle, the oil is just slowly bubbling on the nail there. It was pretty nice.
Pretty good, pretty good.
I love those fat dabs for that slow melt that you see because the oil takes so much heat to really reduce down and start bubbling.
Yeah, you came up here with a pretty good stuff. You just want to keep going? Yeah. Didn't I just say we have...
Oh,
I hate to break it to you. We still got... It's like 9:47, so that's still quite a bit of time of us. Still
32 minutes.
32 minutes now. We've only done 4 minutes of dabbing, Alan.
I think we can kill a minute with the...
Who's
with
the
outro.
backup producer? Because Sean's lying on the ground coughing to death.
Shut it back.
So we need an associate and a backup producer.
That's
the
half
backup
a lie.
producer's just sitting up here asking who's the
It's
backup
half a
producer.
lie.
That's too
Oh,
funny.
you're asking who the backup is?
Who's
Whoa,
the backup for
whoa,
the backup? 'Cause
whoa,
Sean's
do you-
done.
What about you?
I'm the
It's
voice.
you.
I'm the voice.
Oh, wait a second, Michael Buffer.
Tag me in.
The Pope would like a dab. Do you want to do? I'm going to do a dab, and you can do one of these. Hey,
Whoever wants this down.
I'm going to do that one.
Now it's my turn to commentate. Let's see how I do. So Matt is preparing for the dab. He's stretching his muscles. He's wiggling his bones. The nail is cooling down as Who Cares Get Doped gets ready to lay down a fat glob of shatter.
In the right corner, at 100 and nothing pounds, we have Mernagh.
2,
In the left corner, at 0.1 grams, we have a bunch of BHO.
And
it's BHO versus Mernagh. We have a Ninja Dab. Ninja Dab by Alan.
That's a lot of oil being bubbled on there. The carb cap is... Oh. And Matt taps out.
How much longer do we have on this soda?
Where's your bottle of water, Matt? Maybe you should take a drink of water. I think it's my turn for a dab, but maybe one not quite like that. Oh. No, him first. I want one off the Paco, too. I'm going to go there, but this gentleman should get one first. Well, Matt recovers here.
Anybody,
That was a big
You
dab.
can't do a dab next. You got to commentate for a few more minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
need time. I agree with Mernagh. I should have gone last.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
with ninja dabs like that, sometimes you don't mentally prepare yourself for that amount of vapor to sort of be in.
Can I get a
inhaled. What do you need?
I could use a tissue
You want to wave the flag?
for my
Wave the
nose.
flag. Yeah. No, he's got the sweats.
I'm sweating like a pig up here.
Yeah, with that was a lot of smoke and a lot of to inhale at once, and that's one thing that the e-nails cannot do, is vaporize a large amount of oil that quickly. It just bubbles slowly, so larger dabs just take a longer time to inhale. Unfortunately, it's one of the letdowns. So if you want the larger dabs on the e-nails, you have to turn the temperature up by about 50 degrees, and then you lose those terpenes. But one would argue that you lose the terpenes when you're hitting the nail with the torch at this temperature anyways. So it's one of those arguments to be had. What do you think? Who cares? Get doped?
What happened to your quartz now?
He prefers the torches, obviously. Because of the size of the dab you're taking.
To me, at the end of the day, it's a lot of people don't think
It's
about
about
it.
the time and
It's like yoga.
And getting your mindful into it, right? He mindfully takes those dabs. He accepts the dab. He's in the
prepares
zap
for it.
zone.
Yeah.
Speaking of dab zone.
I can accept that argument.
Holy.
I thought he was going to fall over. He should wear a helmet when he's going to pee himself or something.
Yeah, we got napkins.
I might pee myself in laughter.
Whatever tissues. Wanna kill it?
That's two grown men who needed tissues this evening because of Who Cares Get Doped and Alan.
Yeah, but he's going to sit.
Congratulations, gentlemen. Yeah, go ahead.
He'll sit down and not be able to move for a while, though.
Don't make
Alan
don't
and I
make me
got
puke with the
up
dab.
and keep working.
I'd appreciate that.
Woo!
I'm here for a dab too. I haven't done one all night.
Hey, man. I was able to earlier tonight. I saw him creeping. I just saw him, and he had it. He had it all he was over there. He was about to. I was like, ah!
Corner of your eye.
Caught you tonight. First time ever, eh?
Yeah. One of the first times you've been able to. I don't know.
Dude, you pop up
Must
in.
be,
I understand. You're like you pop up in people's toilets and stuff.
Yeah,
You're like,
I'll come down
got
from the
you.
ceiling to get you.
You're like, you're a ninja, man.
I was sitting on the couch behind Robbie.
No, he's a ninja turtle, of course.
Ninja turd.
Ninja dabber. Ninja dabber, Alan. Oh, man. Dude, I'm sweating like a pig up. I just whoo, all over me.
Dab sweats.
Dab sweats. Master Roll is going to do one. I'm finally back.
Waiting for the nail to cool down just right.
We're back in the zone. You're more in the zone than anybody over there. You're happy. Good to see you.
I laugh because no matter how big the dab is, I don't get as fucked up.
I'm not fucked up. That's the name of our friend Damien's band. Fucked up. He was so good. He was at the 416 Medicinal pop-up vapor lounge party at Friday night.
That was a reasonable dab. You know, it's a nice dab when you get terpy lips.
Want that joint?
No.
We're smoking the weed you just won. You rolled it all up in one big fat jab. I appreciate that. Thank you, Body Double Ricky. So, like at 420 and stuff, you'll be the guy in case, you know, anything nefarious happens. You'll be like,
We'll stand him in front of the mic for like sound checks and stuff like that.
oh, yeah, you would sound check that. So
That's
you got
usually
20
like an hour.
minutes where you just get to sit here. It's the best gig ever. You can just smoke a joint and occasionally say the word check. Check. I think there's more monitor needed there. I can wear like, you can wear like the photo shirt of me that my friend took. The shirt, I have a Brody original Mernagh shirt from a rally that is just epic. And I told him when I die, he's allowed to make sure that I'm like Che Guerrero with the image. I'm like, all right, man, if anything ever happens to me, you just make sure you print up millions and millions of shirts. So at some point, someone else prints shirts that say, I don't know even who this guy is. You know, I want to have that shirt. Oh, yeah. My estate's been told, whatever happens, make sure you make a lot of money off my creative endeavors. Oh, you know. What are you doing? Oh, it's like you're taffying it up over there. Are you allowed to play with wax that way? Is that offensive to wax or shatter? True, Master Rolla?
Depends who you ask.
Oh, so you're like, depends. Oh, my God, man. Are you offended? Are you offended right now?
Depends on how good their product is.
Are you offended?
No.
Okay. The one thing when I was when I'm taking photos of I've started taking photos of shatter for the book. So I'm shatter collecting and wax collecting. Is once I get going, it gets hot under that light. So you can only take one or two, and you got to take it away because it gets hot under the lights or it gets malleable. Occasionally, if you're not quick enough after that second one, when you pick it up, you can occasionally leave a thumbprint for the next photo.
Pro tip, Mernahuana, if you take like a baking dish or like a ceramic or a glass baking dish, one or two of them, and you put it in the freezer, then you take that out, and that's what you use as your plate to set your stuff on top of whenever you go to take photos. And even though the lights are warm on top, your base underneath will be cold, so it will help counteract that heat.
No, shoot under a light. I use a light box.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put something cold underneath it, like by freezing a nice thick glass or ceramic baking dish, you'll be able to work with something that's soft.
What do you think, Alan?
I think dabbing is a way of fashion, and you should use a cold piece of marble.
Okay.
Like chocolate.
All right, Drake.
There you go.
All right, Drake.
I like that idea.
Alan laying down all the advice tonight of, if I need property bail, the moment Paul Lewin's like, listen, they're looking for like $10,000 in property. I'm like, go to Alan, grab 2 of his earrings and some of his snot things on his on his rings and stuff. Just take them, hand them to the judge. How much? You could probably, that's $2,000 in property or more, right?
7?
I don't know any of these things. I'm into the wood, man. The wood. As cheap as possible.
Oh, the necklet, the chains, or the rig.
Yeah. So if I'm in trouble and the judge goes, you need someone with like some property, can I call you? Be like, yo, just give him one of the chains. 2 of the chains. It's okay, Your Honor. I got some chains right here. I could see Alan doing that to me, too, as my surety. It's okay, Your Honor. I'll just give you these. And the judge, like, being horrified. Here you go, sir.
See, when you said that, Matt, I looked over and I immediately thought of the rig.
No.
So I want somebody to show up for my
Show
surety
up and put a
with a fucking mothership and be like, boom, here's a $20,000 surety for you, and put an elite mothership on the table and have the judge just not know what to make of it.
Well, no, you just have to, as long as it's an appraised value, you just show up to, I guess, what are you putting up? A what? Mothership rig.
Yeah.
Estimated value, $20,000.
Make sure it's clean. A used rig, dirty rig on the table.
I don't think they need to see it or anything in the court. I don't think you needed to bring in the $2,000 car, which in Halifax is quite common.
No, but it's a lot more fun to have if they open it up and put the rig out, just like you're saying with the necklaces. You pull the chains off, right?
Oh yeah, the rig gun. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh,
just put that rig gun on the. What? I could do that. Yeah. I would welcome all of you to fuck over any of my bail hearings by doing that. By the way. I would just to see I would enjoy it because you would probably be in contempt of court and me, well, they wouldn't have made bail that day. we withdraw Mr. Mernagh's application for bail, Your Honor. Hey, good to see you, Alan.
And then we can have someone show up the next day with the necklaces for us.
There we go. Then we can really get out.
Both of us.
Yeah. Well, we're both getting out today.
It gets lonely in there.
It does. No. Well, I'm glad you showed up like a little earlier tonight because you know how I feel.
Ticket this weekend instead of getting searched.
Well, we earlier on the show we learned all about how to avoid that smell thing.
Yes, vaporize. Yeah, vaporize. The cops hate it because they can't smell it on it anymore.
Dropping weight here, Mernagh, with another dab. Fogging up the front of the room.
You almost looked offended when you said the word vaporize.
Okay, slow down.
It's a fucked up battle when a cop tries to say that your car smells like weed after an hour of you smoking a joint in it, you know? For a lot of people, it's complicated. And they don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I smell nothing.
Don't know what you're talking about, officer.
That's exactly it. You just got to deny the whole way. A lot of people tend to break down. But you got to remember, a cop
I smell nothing.
He's using reverse psychology, trying to talk shit. He's trying to get you to snitch on yourself.
Right, man.
Even if it smells, just, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's kind of a bit of a wrong answer. I smell nothing. It's an outright denial that they have to write in their little notebook. So, when your attorney cross-examines the cop who says, well, it smelled like marijuana, I searched them. I asked, and he said, I smell nothing. On you're on your lawyer, we'd ask, and the cop would say, well, what is his answer? He said, I smell nothing. What did you do? I proceeded to... Wait a minute, you said... Don't say I don't know what you're talking about. That kind of looks shady. If you just say, I smell nothing...
At the end of the day, as long as you refuse everything... Remember, he can't change driving act or whatever they call it into a criminal act, so he has no right to search you, even if it smells like weed. I got away this weekend, but he gave me a speeding ticket, 30 plus.
Ooh.
But then again, you pay a fine for the freedom for what you carry, right?
Well, try not to speed. Speeding hurts people.
That's the shitty part. I wasn't speeding.
Maybe slow down.
Do it like how you do a dab.
That'll hurt you now. That'll hurt you later.
I wasn't speeding.
3 years.
That's the issue.
Okay.
Wasn't speeding.
Well, we'll find that one out.
What are you in here for?
Anywho.
Nothing.
All right.
Just doing the speed limit, minding my own business. OPP, what are you going to do?
Well, what are you going to do?
Better than the RCMP.
Both are party poopers. Party pooping. Yeah. I'm not happy about it.
All right, let's do it. We got another
We're-
15 minutes of dabbing ago, so let's do it. More dabs.
And we're celebrating tonight. The Governor General of Canada said, and I quote, the Liberal government will legalize marijuana to restrict access. Fuck yeah! I believe now the Liberals are going to do it. I said on the show, when the Governor General says we will legalize marijuana, which now we will be we are the only G20 country to legalize marijuana at the federal level. This is going to be awesome. Epic. Rona Ambrose, our usual, remember our nemesis, Rona Ambrose, Minister of Health? Now she is in the opposition benches. Oh, it's going to be so good to have her. I was worried we were going to lose Rona. Look at her. She's offended by the throne speech. I can tell. I can put words in her mouth very easily by saying things like, I am offended that the government of Canada would endanger children by legalizing marijuana.
I'm outraged.
Think about the children, Mr. Speaker, who are going to get restricted access to marijuana so they won't get marijuana.
We should put a ban on lip balm containers to protect the children.
I think marijuana.
Oh.
I think that's
the
last
be in
of
trouble.
their worries because kids are doing acid and going to school now.
What the fuck?
Yeah. My sister and my brother told me that kids in their school are doing acid and LSD and going to school. So I think marijuana is the least of their worries right now.
Okay, well, let's let back this story up. Okay, so the high schoolers are like, I'm going to do some acid and go to high school. Bro, first step, you are doing acid wrong. Step number 2, find some time to do acid where you can listen to music and enjoy life. Don't go to school on acid. No. Acid is for the weekend. That said, just to be sure, Kayla, and it's out there, when I was 17, I was going to school doing Demerol every day. Just to put it out there. For pain, of course, for pain. For pain. Alan's like, for pain, don't forget to leave the pain. Yeah, for pain.
I just wasn't going to school.
Yeah.
I was working.
So.
It sounds a little hardcore whenever you say doing as opposed to taking. Yeah. When you start saying doing Demerol as opposed to taking Demerol, it puts a bit of a different slant on it there.
What an interesting point.
Mernagh.
I had a prescription for it.
Well, that's
not a full prescription for it, obviously.
That's a little.
Doing Demerol is if you have a trip, and taking Demerol is if it's for
Oh,
pain.
Alan, let me tell you about the trips I used to have doing Demerol.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
No, I won't.
Kids aren't getting prescription for acid from their doctor.
That's true.
I'm going to prescribe you 3 tabs here.
3 tabs of LSD to go through high school. Listen, man, stop bullying me. Stop bullying me. And then you're like, just prescribe like 3 tabs of acid to chill out. LSD for soldiers for PTSD, you think? Speaking of, next week on the show, the wellness soldier is going to be here. That guy has cost the Canadian government $5 million. I'm serious. Well, maybe a little, like not him. Well, maybe he personally has probably cost the Canadian government a lot of money by signing up Canadian soldiers who are suffering from PTSD and other issues, getting them access to medical marijuana, where our government is paying for it. Paying for medical marijuana pot.
Awesome.
Awesome. So in the first hour, we'll have our friend Sarah Hanlon. In the second hour, we're going to have the wellness soldier.
Perfect.
Hopefully we got technology in place to interview Steve Stevenson. Yes, there he is. There's the wellness soldier.
There you go.
See, I can do a little producing myself.
No.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. Wellness soldier.
Have you met him before?
No, I haven't met him. I've only talked to him online. I look forward to it.
That looks like it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Always neat people that you meet through the culture and through the community?
Well, I like meeting them through the show too. I met him online and stuff. I look forward to meeting him again. So,
where are they based out of?
I believe they're out west.
Okay.
I believe he's an out west guy. So he's stopping through. He's like, hey, I'd really want to meet you at Vapor Central. I was like, hey, what time? He's like, oh, I'm going to be there Tuesday about 9 o'clock. I was like, hey. Really now?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wellness Soldier next week. Hopefully Steve Stevenson electronically via some sort of interview hookup.
Yeah, we're all for sure be here for the show.
Excellent.
Watch.
Thanks for everyone working the board tonight that we have pitched in. You guys have done wonderful work tonight. So people thinking, we wouldn't be on for some reason.
Kayla stepping up for
Yeah.
bed swap and Wade is right. That was great.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So some people didn't think we'd be on. We're back on the Pot TV network.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'll have the tech back the rest of the way. Actually, this computer, I got to say, man, I was flipping through. We got a more powerful system now.
Upgrade.
We're a little down this week. We're going to be back in a very, very big way very soon. Yeah, we're doing quite well. I'm quite happy. 24 hours was quick turnaround on the computer. So sorry to you, actually, Mernagh. Sorry we couldn't carry on the interview, but we'll be back up and running completely next week. And thank you, Drew, for stepping in. Lisa was unable to come back. Yeah, she was just unable to come this week, so Drew did pretty good stepping in, I think, especially considering that we were down kind of tech-wise.
Hey, we just got notes out to everybody, so we're good. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
All right. Herbal Dispatch is going to kick. We're going to smoke some more Herbal Dispatch next week, too. It's like 10 minutes. What's the last story? What's the last couple stories on there, Brady?
We're looking at what is Canada's next big move? Is it legalizing pot? And they talking about growing, personal grows.
Times are beginning to change in Canada. The new Liberal government has promised to act quickly to legalize marijuana for general use, which would make Canada the first group of 20 country to end cannabis prohibition on a national level. Unbelievable. That's pretty fucking, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. California Adult Use of Marijuana Act amended to encourage small business growth. And they're proponents of the leading statewide ballot measure to control, regulate, and tax adult use of marijuana announced today that they have filed consensus amendments to significantly strengthen safeguards for children, workers, local governments, small businesses, and include even stricter anti-monopoly provisions in the toughest warning label and marketing to kids laws in the nation. And last story of the night, this one's huge. The state of Mississippi bans the Marijuana Policy Project from fundraising. Whoa! The Mississippi government is saying that MPP is prohibited from raising money in that state because I'm a convicted felon. After I was convicted for growing my own marijuana while in college, I co-founded MPP in order to repeal marijuana prohibition in all 50 states, something we can no longer do in Mississippi. This is a circular double screw. Worse yet, we're not even allowed to raise money in Mississippi to challenge the state's stupid fundraising law. Because I'm not allowed to send this email to MPP subscribers in Mississippi, I'm hereby asking you to donate to MPP today so that we can challenge Mississippi's bad fundraising law and continue to change our nation's worst marijuana laws. Here's some examples MPP faces. Almost lost their employees' retirement plan until a member of Congress intervened. The bank where they've been doing business for 20 years won't give us a line of credit because they don't like our mission. We had trouble opening a brokerage account. We had trouble getting a credit card processing for our 5 ballot initiative committees. Numerous landlords wouldn't lease office space to our campaigns. And the last one, the IRS has audited them twice. Ow! Harsh. Vernon Medical Cannabis Dispensary calls for moratorium on RCMP visits. The Herbal Health Center, a medical cannabis dispensary in Vernon, is calling for a moratorium on any further RCMP intervention in the fledgling industry until the new Liberal government formalizes its plans for the legalization of the product. Eimer Kovacs, who represents a coalition of dispensaries in Vernon, said RCMP action at various dispensaries around BC, including one that he is involved in, make it clear there is much confusion surrounding the anticipated legalization of cannabis, and the sensible thing to do would be to maintain the status quo until such time as the government acts upon and changes the legislation and the regulation of cannabis. Kovacs says that the facilities are responding to police warnings by shutting down retail operations. Vernon dispensaries will have no product on site and will not be conducting retail sales, said Kovacs in a press release. The activities we're warned about and will stop. We will implement an open house policy, and staff will be on hand to answer questions and concerns from patients about accessing their medicine. The public will be able to enter the facilities and talk with staff. Kovacs said RCMP actions are not helping the situation and believes they are putting medical patients, users in a state of tension, threatening the survival of dispensaries. Whoa,
Yeah.
That's intense.
Well, we were talking about the RCMP earlier and how they're sort of going and skirting local law enforcement and flexing their muscles where maybe they shouldn't be.
Right.
And it sounds like Kovacs here is trying to make a call to action to get them to realize that.
Right.
That maybe they should back off.
Right. So
I was reading the article that Mark Emery was responding to the RCMP raids, and he was saying how that because of the way that the laws are set up right now, it's actually creating a lot of tension between the public and the police force, and it's creating a distrust between them, and we're not trusting them to enforce the laws that actually kind of matter, as opposed to the laws that, well, nobody's technically breaking, but that they're flexing their muscles on.
Right. So it's going to be interesting times ahead, eh?
Yeah, and with the throne speech, hopefully that will kick things into gear, and we'll see it within the next year, like you were saying.
You know what legalization of marijuana means for the Mernahuana Zone and all you guys out there? Better and more amazing advertising. Which means my goal of putting a gift under each one of these seats and being like the Oprah Winfrey of pot is coming closer every week. Think about it that way.
Look under your seats.
And everybody like pulls out a rur like in the box and just starts like crying.
Yep. Maybe we'll start with pulling out a bag of weed.
Well, you're a little. We can't do that, really. That might be a little much.
Oh shit. Okay. Pulling out a
lip
gift
balm
certificate
container
for Bud Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a hemp car. That's like in 5 years from now. And on that episode will be the episode I retire on. Yeah. I'm not allowed to drive because of the brain tumor thing.
New car.
Get me. Everybody gets a hemp car. The Ford Motor Company is proud to present to you a hemp car. And if I was presenting a hemp car in the show, I would make sure it was Alan approved.
Just to be clear,
we wouldn't be giving
nobody
away
wins a
nothing
hemp car
cheap,
today.
Alan? Yeah. They'd come to us and Alan be like, "We can't do it, man. It just doesn't." Alan has made suggestions. I'm not putting my name on no vehicle, Alan, without your approval. All right? And if we ever do pimp some stoner's car, if someone approaches me, I'm like, I know exactly who we got to do. This is my friend Alan. He likes cars. I'm Matt Mernagh. I know nothing about cars. I know a lot about stoners. We're going to take my stoner friends' cars, and Alan's going to do stuff to them. Might be pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
I also want to do the show. I want to do 2 shows in the future of my life. If you're out there, people producing, I want to go to famous people's homes that smoke pot, like Miley Cyrus. I bet you she's got a room of fucking all kinds of. She's got probably 20 motherships. And
She's got a session room.
Yeah, a big session room.
There's a famous list out there, the top 10 most expensive bongs in the world.
She's probably got them all.
She's got the most expensive one for $70,000 that somebody bought because she used it.
Whoa.
It's a pretty basic bong, actually.
Would she buy it back?
No. It's not worth it.
Okay, wait a second. So Miley Cyrus probably could have a bong on the rider for like $100. She'd be like, every stop must have $100 bong. And if she leaves it behind, somebody could take it and sell it for $7,000.
The one that was listed on this list was 70.
Oh.
70.
What, so she put her lips around it and just ripped it? Or did she own it and was photographed using it?
I believe that she owned it and photographed it, but I only know of this bong from this one article, and it was just been passed around and ridiculed in the glassblowing market because pretty much everyone on the list
30
is
seconds.
ridiculous.
Thanks, everyone. We're going to be back again next week on the show, mightier than ever, and we thank everyone for tuning in tonight. And thanks again, Master Roller.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, we did a lot of dabs tonight, and I'm now feeling them. I'm really feeling them.
Let's have a good night's sleep tonight, that's for sure.
I hope so, man. It'll be a good show. All right. Brady, you're going to hit the music now, and Alan will take us out.
The time now is 4:20 in Amsterdam, and that concludes this week's episode. Please tune in next week to see what crazy hijinks we can get into. Same token time, same token place.